Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, December 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 68. Coming up on OTB, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Munchies. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Because it used to be big. Yo, what's happening, y'all? Merry Christmas. Ho. Hope you're all having a great day, dude. Hope everybody's getting ready for Santa Claus. Start to, bake your cookies, clean up a little bit. You don't want Santa seeing you looking like a slob. Kids, clean your room, okay? Let's have ourselves a fun final few days here as we roll right along to the Christmas season. T-Bob, Jake, Mario, Taylor, and Cassie in studio with us today. As we got a fun show planned for you today. A lot of recruiting talk to break down from yesterday. Some panic on these LSU streets, but I don't know, Jake. We're gonna get to it, but the more I look at the class, the more I see the vision. I'm really coming around to it quite a bit. Maybe I'm being bullish. Maybe I'm just being infected with the optimism and positivity of the season. But I'll just give you some of my thoughts on that here in a bit. It is Saints game day, boys. Saints Rams.
Oh, yeah.
And how about that? Huh? What?
I'm hyped. I am.
You're laughing because Jake's doing like a dismissive thing.
Jake was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot."
I mean, I
The
kind
same
of
man who just texted us a Chargers meme video of trying to get Cameron
It
Dicker
was funny though, wasn't it?
to the Pro Bowl. It was really well done. But that's a choice to put that video out there on the internet.
Hey, I'd vote for him.
I would too. No,
Dicker the
don't get me
kicker?
wrong. Look. Social Chargers social media team's the best in the NFL. We all know this.
It's the only thing we have. Don't take this from us.
I'm just saying Dicker better stay good. You know what I'm saying? When you've got that tape out there, those memes, if he misses a big field goal or a big game winner when it matters, what do you think's going to get brought up immediately and memed on? I'm with it, dude. Talk trash before the fact. I say it all the time.
Got to do it.
I ain't scared.
The good news is, this is not a shot at Jake. This is just facts. The good news is, without Justin Herbert, he ain't gonna have many big kicks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a far-flung future.
Yeah, I mean, how many big kicks is he gonna have?
Are you telling me Easton Stick doesn't strike fear in you?
Oh,
No.
Bro, what is going on with quarterback in the NFL right now?
I've never seen anything like it.
How did everybody get so hurt?
And where are all the backups?
Yeah, didn't we change all the rules so that people wouldn't get hurt?
Who are these people?
Joe Flacco is gonna be a playoff quarterback.
I
this year.
know.
Hell yeah.
And like a good one.
God, I'll never forget the day I met him. Never forget it. Had a sweater vest on, and it was the hardest hard tuck you've ever seen in your life into some khakis.
Flacco did?
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
senior
because he's a
bowl.
quarterback. That's what I
wait.
want about a quarterback. Responsible
He had the-
adult dressing.
He had the vest.
So you know,
tucked into khakis?
like a knit sweater vest.
Yeah.
He had that, and it was the hardest hard tuck into some khakis with some
Good.
penny loafers on, no socks.
Good.
I gotta
Get
tell
your
you, I
Joe
like-
Burrow crap out of here.
I like Flacco, but that's a red flag for me.
No, it's
You don't
not.
tuck the sweater. You tuck the button down under the sweater.
If you're my
Who's coming from
QB1, if you're
Delaware?
my QB1, I want you tucking all things. Like I want you tucking every shirt and or top that you put on into your pants.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is you mean business and you're serious and you like to control all the variables. You can't have the hem of your shirt like mine just pulling up and acting a fool and not listening to you at all. I guess it doesn't work if you're just listening on the radio, but I put on this sweatshirt this morning. I raised my arms, and it goes, I mean, the hem
Goes to your
rises
chest
to
plate.
just below my breasts.
It goes to your chest
it's,
plate.
It's absurd how much of a crop top this once XX sweater used to be, and now it's ruined my all-white Christmas jumpsuit fit, which upsets me.
Just wear a long T-shirt underneath it. That way you don't have to get rid of the nice.
It still looks stupid though.
Sweatsuit. No,
it still looks stupid though. I don't like that.
I wear T-shirts under my hoodies, a little bit longer. Because hoodies tend to shrink.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, Joe Burrow, he's got a little too much Ben Simmons in his fashion. I need him.
Don't ever compare those two again.
Why? They're both LSU greats, dude. Both LSU #1 overall picks. What are you talking about? I mean, did I lie on anything that I just said?
Yeah, well, yes.
LSU
Half
great.
of it. They are both #1 picks. They're not both LSU greats.
The intangibles make it disrespectful.
Yeah.
I guarantee you Joe Burrow has a better jump shot than Ben Simmons, too.
Truth.
Like,
Did you see?
I actually say that with confidence.
He was getting wet in the gym in that video earlier this year.
Yeah.
Well, they did the LSU and Clemson before the national championship. They did like the 3-on-3 basketball or whatever. Burrow's getting buckets. He was also all-state in Ohio his senior year in basketball. Like he
I'm
can play.
saying, I said it with confidence. That was not a joke.
I read a Trey Wingo article where he said Burrow was like 8 years old and scored like 8 points in the last 30 seconds of a basketball game or something along those lines. So, yeah.
The legend of Joey B continues to grow unabated. Daily Christmas check-in, boys. Has anybody done anything to get in the Christmas spirit yet?
Yeah, I did last night.
You need to put this picture on the screen, by the way.
Oh, the Nutcracker?
Yeah, dummy.
Yeah, I'll get it in a minute. But yeah, so not only did I do the Nutcracker, I did overcrowded.
An excellent picture of a Nutcracker that he custom made. He doesn't even have the picture.
Overcrowded Christmas shopping. I did that last night. It got the blood boiling. It got me in the spirit.
What's overcrowded Christmas? Oh, you just went shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I can't tell if you're being tongue in cheek or not, but I have a special place in my heart for December 23rd and or 24th mall visits. I love the crowds. I love the hustle and bustle. I love getting a coffee before and walking around with it in hand. I actually think it does put me in the Christmas spirit. You're shaking your head.
I love it too.
Yeah, I don't like
I love the
crowds.
chaotic energy of it. Yeah.
But honestly,
parking, maybe not chaotic energy when you're in the middle of it. Love it.
You know what put me in the Christmas spirit? Good deeds. And the lady at Belk last night, shout out to her. I had one item.
Belk's still a store?
Yeah, we have one at Jubin.
I thought once they got rid of the bowl game, they were done.
I was there. Wait, they aren't big SEC sponsors anymore? The Belk Bowl doesn't exist anymore?
I don't think so. I don't think it's around. But I had one item, and the line's like wrapped halfway around the store, and the lady comes up. She goes, "Is that the only item you have?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I'll check you out over here." And I went straight to the register guy. It was awesome. It was awesome.
She flirted with you?
Yeah, a little nod.
She did. She checked me out in the back. She did. I mean, that's a factual statement.
I would. That's kind of on you for going to buy one thing.
I had to. T-Bob, Amazon lost my freaking package that we were talking about.
Didn't think that was going to end in a freaking.
The Jeff Bezos. Dude, me and Jeff Bezos got beef now.
Get in line. I would say probably around this time of year.
Y'all are just acting like Belk being open is normal. Like, I know Kirk Cousins is keeping Kohl's open. Who's keeping Belk open?
Apparently me.
I guess so.
Look, man, you know me. I don't do much shopping ever. I can't tell you what's open or not open at all.
I mean, in the year of our Lord 2023, not many people go actually out to a store. Now, Amazon losing his package is the reason he had to go out, but we do it online.
I mean, clothing stores still, you go and get your goods from. Sporting goods, I still generally, love going over there to Red Stick if I need something like that. I'm trying to think about what other pet stores. Got a great local pet store by the crib. Outside of that, I'm not entirely sure. There we go. Look at Taylor getting the Christmas spirit. So Taylor's family, they do so many fun family events. Did a custom nutcracker competition and capturing onto the zeitgeist. Taylor Victoria did a nutcracker that was half Travis Kelce and half Taylor Swift, and I think they actually nailed it.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, dude. Do they both have blue eyes?
No, it's just the black googly eyes.
Oh,
is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks blue. We just did generic right here. Excellent though, guys. I think y'all did a great job. Did you win?
We have it, so we do it when we go to Gatlinburg. Like we had to have it done. We're bringing it with us. We're doing it Christmas Day.
Now
We
I
don't
feel
know.
bad. Are
now
you
it's
supposed
gotta
to
travel.
hide this light under a bushel, like, or is this going to affect the judging at all that it's not out there publicly?
No, because I know what my dad did because
Okay.
I was like at my parents' house the other day when he was doing it. So
I mean, so many family activities.
I know. I love
Now,
it.
I mean, you and I don't have the ability because our families don't live here. But that's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, extended family activities, not nuclear family activities. That's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
What about Mario, Jake? Anything Christmassy? Anything?
I listened to a Kermit Ruffins Christmas song on the way into work today.
Wow.
All I want for Christmas is Saints in the Super Bowl. Trying to get hyped for the game.
Hell yeah.
That was pretty Christmassy.
That's cool. It's a little sad that, just one song is all the Christmas that we've engaged with, but hell yeah, dude. I'm glad that got you going. I haven't even listened to 12 Days of Yatmas yet.
Really?
We may have to
I
fix
thought we
that
played
later
that for
in the
Deb
show.
the other day.
But T-Bob wasn't here that day.
Oh, he was.
T-Bob was out. We did play
okay,
it.
Yeah.
We'll play it again.
Probably Disney.
Oh, at Disney Week. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. What about you, Jake? Anything Christmassy?
Not one thing.
What the
Not
hell,
one thing
man?
yet.
What are you doing? December 21st. Get on it.
I think the 22nd is really the day.
What?
When I
Get
finish
on it.
off campus tomorrow, I'll be done for
You
4
can't.
days.
I know, but you can't but you should already be leaning into that energy now. It's like when Mario asked me what I take this morning. I said I snorted a full line of Christmas. You can't get me down because same
Yeah.
deal. Yeah. When I leave Rouse's on Friday, we done for 4 days.
Exactly.
It's a good feeling.
And look, I mean, you
No,
snorting
the morning show,
something.
of
You
course.
talked about vodka in the eyeball. You talked about vodka other places yesterday, maybe even up the nose.
True.
And so it's not that abnormal for you.
It's true. I'm just saying, you can't deny yourself Christmas just because the threat of looming work.
I do also like the fact that we had a full conversation about the things I just said, and everyone in the chat just acted like it was normal.
Yeah.
Normal OTB.
And then we're like, and here's Tom Van Haren. You talk about recruiting. Tom of Hair.
Yeah. He liked that, though.
He did like that.
He did like that.
Did he like it?
Yeah,
Did he
he
text you afterwards?
No, but he gave a
It seemed
genuine
like he
laugh.
laughed.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never know. Some of these guys are so serious. I don't think Tom's one of them. Actually, I love Tom's writing. I read Tom's writing
No,
all
Tom's
the time
great.
on
Tom's not one of
ESPN.com.
them. Yeah.
But I don't know him personally. I also met your boy Dusty Dvorak yesterday on not in person.
Oh, I was like, what
But,
the hell was
we had him
Dusty
on
doing
Snaps
in Baton
and-
Rouge?
Within the first 2 minutes of the conversation, I asked him if he has ever school's out, so kids aren't really in the car right now. I asked him if he had we somehow arrived at me asking him if he had ever eaten
Nope. Well,
booty before. And he loved it too. He did. I think he pleaded the fifth, given that he's like a legitimate ESPN commentator and calls games. Don't blame me. Blame Uncle Ocho on Nightcap. Do you realize how similar Ocho Cinco's energy is to our show and to me in particular? Uncle Ocho got into an entire debate over it, and then it bled into our show, and then bled into our sit down with Dusty.
Yes.
Yes.
Chad Johnson was for it. Shannon Sharp was against it.
Yes, absolutely.
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 Had to be.
And I was just talking about, as you know, as
I mean,
much-
I know Dusty. Dusty didn't mind that question.
no, Dusty loved it, bro.
At all.
Dusty played nose guard as in the NFL and had hair that hung down to his waist, like.
I know. I try to tell him all the
Like-
time, hey, them little suits and that haircut ain't fooling
Yeah,
nobody.
exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. How he did the ESPN glow up and now gets to
Yeah.
like call the Rose Bowl and everything is beyond me, because you know that man was a dirty degenerate back in the day. A 3-star Oklahoma interior defensive lineman, again, that had Pantera rocker down to the waist hair and played nose guard for the Chicago Bears. You think that dude wasn't a psychopath? Get the hell out of here.
No, again, I knew Dusty before he was ESPN.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So
he
you
was
got
he
the
was
real
roommates
Dusty.
with my high school quarterback.
Double D. National champ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they win that? Oh, I know
Was
they
he not
lost
on
to
the
LSU.
03 team?
They lost to
Oh,
LSU.
wait, 03. I mean, he wasn't on the, was it 01? Or that was 2000? When did they win it?
Let's see. I think he
01?
was. I think he was a freshman.
Yeah, I think it would have been a
on
freshman.
that team.
Also, big Brent Venables guy. Big Brent Venables guy. Has really loved making fun of Lincoln Riley, although we'll see. Again, Oklahoma's in a weird spot in this year number 1 in the SEC. I had one of the coolest Christmas experiences I've ever had in my life yesterday, where shout out to my neighbors, Corey, Matt, others who put it together. But we did a true Christmas caroling around the neighborhood. And we had about 30 kids, a big roaming pack, all the parents drinking, walking around, and we would go and knock on somebody's door, and they'd be like, what the heck? And as soon as they would open it, just start assaulting them with song. And it was great, dude. It was great. A little self-conscious because, you don't generally sing, but, like, you're with a bunch of other people. I didn't have any good Christmas fits on.
I was like, if you stole your costume from the Nutcracker, that'd have been fantastic.
No, I wish. No. There were a lot of good Christmas sweaters on display, Christmas blazers and whatnot. Yeah. But it was really wholesome, man. It was very, very fun. I see now. Now, I did sometimes feel bad for people because, like, some of the songs did kind of, like, go on for a while until you open the door and you just have to, like, stand there and watch us.
Ooh,
but
and then make a face.
Yeah. But everybody seemed to enjoy it for the most part. The funniest interaction, though, and I felt bad about it, was so every time a different kid would get to go knock on the door, and at one point we had this little girl go knock on the door of a police officer, and she gave an aggressive did that, and all of a sudden you see the blinds of the door fly to the side, and then we start singing, like, I don't know, like Hark the Herald Angels Sing or something, right? It's all good. Afterwards, he tells us, though, his teen daughter had just left the house like 30 minutes ago, and that was the police knock. And so he literally said his heart was hammering out of his chest when so in a weird way, it ends up being a great experience because it's like when you wake up from a nightmare, right? It's better to have a good dream or a bad dream.
Yeah.
When you get from a good dream, you're just disappointed. When you get from a bad dream, you're like, oh, thank God, right? So, yeah, he heart hammering, adrenaline pumping, thinking he's going to get the worst news ever, and then it's just 30 little kids singing him Silent Night. So not a bad, a comedic, somewhat scary, yet in the end, happy turn of events. So shout out to the hood, dude. It was a very good time last night. A lot of whiskey was consumed while doing that as well.
You don't say.
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. And then I tried to watch 8-Bit Christmas, but I fell asleep on the couch. Pretty good Christmas movie, though. Pretty good. I still enjoy it. Except 2 years in a row now I've tried to finish it and I've fallen asleep on the couch. We'll see. All right, coming up next.
When's the last time you watched a movie that you didn't fall asleep?
Ooh, it's getting real tough nowadays, dude. And that was never me. That was always anathema to me, especially in theaters. And now I've reached that unfortunate part of old age where if I lean there's like a certain degree, probably if I lean like, this is 90 degrees. If I lean past like 110 in one of those nice theater chairs, I could be done.
It's a wrap.
I could be. It's tougher and tougher nowadays, dude. So I don't know. Kind of sucks. Even when I watched It's a Wonderful Life, it took me 2 nights because again I fell asleep. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Stay awake.
Say la vie. I can't anymore. Especially not after that much whiskey. All right. When we get back, let's talk some Croton here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
And centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. Chances are you're doing some stuff for Christmas. Might be having some people over, whatever the case may be. If you have any plumbing problems, you got that 24/7 emergency service from your boys at Central Plumbing. A very Merry Christmas from your friends at Central Plumbing, as for 50 years they've been solving your plumbing problems. But it's not just issues, right? And they have great warranty, flat rate pricing structure that we always tell you about. Licensed, bond insured. Obviously, this ain't amateur hour. But it's not just repairs, right? You need a bathroom remodel. You want something like a tankless water heater, upgrades. It's all there for you, centralplumbing.org.
It is on the website T-Bob just gave you there. If you want to look at those upgrades, bathroom remodels, it's got a tab right there on the homepage. Click on it. They can show you exactly what they can do for you. We tell you about it every single day as well. Go tankless today with that tankless water heater. Never run out of hot water again. Shower, dishes, laundry, all at the same time. 225-925-8552.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Thank you, Acadiana, for over 56 years of allowing Corvell Toyota in Opelousas to take care of you and your automotive needs. Enjoy this holiday season with family and friends. From the Corvell Toyota family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canavera.
Final preview and prediction, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I used to be at Kaiser, now I'm working down the street at the Tenneco Chalmette Refinery. Lower Ninth Ward.
8 by your mama's
17th Street Canal.
6-packer.
What you mean, we need lights too? 3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Arabic.
On 11th day at Veterans Highway, trying to cross the street with 11 swinging bags.
Tenneco Refinery. In the Lower Ninth Ward.
8 by your mama's
17th Street Canal.
Dick's Packer 60.
Now for 3 French breads.
2 Jack's recipe.
For the crawfish they caught in Arabic.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, man. Absolutely fantastic. One of the great regional Christmas songs. Yeah. That was very good. Good work, Mario. Also good work lining up so we got the entire 12 days there. Okay, so let's talk about this LSU recruiting class, Jake, because I think it is, again, surface level. If you just glance, I understand being frustrated. And hell, look, if you want to be someone who's going to look further into it and be frustrated, that's your right as well. Like that's all good. Go for it. I have just noticed in myself, and again, is this optimism? I don't know, right? I can't always separate. I tend to be a bit of an optimistic person. Times been accused of being a sunshine pumper. So maybe this is some of that. But just naturally, the more I've read about this class, the more I've looked into this class, the more bullish I become. And the more I see the vision. And look, let's also be clear. Like, I don't love or hate individual recruits, right? I'm always about no micro. I want macro. I want to see where do you rank. And LSU ends up breaking into the top 10 for the on-3 composite.
Yeah.
247 composite, they're at 11. So it is a top 10 class. I feel very comfortable in saying that. You have 17 4-stars. It's the third most 4-stars in the country. 62% blue chip ratio. That is an elite blue chip ratio. Don't roll your eyes at that. It does matter. It's not the end all be all, but it does matter. Getting enough.
Would Washington break that, by the way, real quick?
I think they would, which would be awesome.
Gee,
and you know what's
please.
funny is the last team to do it would have been Jameis Winston's
Florida
State team, and Washington kind of built in a similar fashion. So, potentially. I mean, Michigan's basically breaking it as well.
Yeah.
Michigan's barely breaking 50%. And that's actually what I wanted to use as a foil for this LSU conversation is you want to be like Michigan. Michigan right now, look, they don't even have a good recruiting class right now. I was talking to Joshua Perry about this, though. He's a guy that played for Urban Meyer. He was a captain on that national championship team in 2015. He's an Ohio State guy.
Charger for a season?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Charger for a season. And it's funny because, we don't always know the dynamics at play, like when we talk about how we think about like Mississippi State people or Texas A&M people. But he called Michigan a cult. He was like, look, they just do it differently there. They don't really care about other people's evaluations, and they just want people who are like fully bought in and willing to do their role. Like they really get this odd character where they don't like care about their kind of personal being as much as a team or whatever, right? And I've been thinking about that a lot because that's really what a lot of this class feels like. A ton of Louisiana in this class.
67%.
And touching all corners. 16 guys that stayed here throughout high school, 20 guys that were born here at least, some moved away. And then as Shea pointed out in the press conference yesterday, even like 3 more from East Texas, right? So like a lot of guys that have... It's a class where, to me, Brian Kelly's been telling you since day one he wants to build through freshmen. He don't want to build through the portal. This is a foundational meat and potatoes, sinew and bones. If you look, like you're not going to beat Georgia and Ohio State and Alabama at their game. You're just not going to. You don't have the resources. You don't have the cachet. You're not going to out-recruit them. And so how have you built every national championship team at LSU? It's been with a solid, concrete foundation of Louisiana Cats. And that's exactly what this class is. And it's not that they're not talented. Again, 17 4-stars. Third most in the entire country. Only Oregon and I think Georgia maybe has one more. I think Georgia has 18 and Oregon has 18. So these are talented Cats. And so, yeah, I get the vision. Like, this is how you, and positionally it's broken down well. And so this is how you avoid needing to go out and get big numbers out of the portal, or you're avoiding major roster holes.
Yeah.
And you have guys that maybe aren't as willing to transfer. I mean, nobody else even took visits. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is as committed of a class as I've ever seen.
Yeah, they had them fully on lock as soon as they commit, and they don't take visits elsewhere, and you get all of them in day number 1. Like that never happens. And I know recruiting landscape has changed a little bit, but still, like, look what happened to Florida. Oof. I mean, they were top 3 all season long, and then they were top 7 all day yesterday, and then they go back into the low teens.
16.
High teens now.
And they would have been screwed had they not. It would have been even worse if they didn't. And they almost lost DJ Lagway as well, the quarterback. So, but yeah, awful day for Billy Gates.
So to go back to your point, last year's recruiting class, if you look at how far they were away from LSU in miles, 451.3 miles was the average distance of player in the recruiting class, like how far they were from this campus. This year, this recruiting class, so 451 last year, 191.3 miles this year.
Damn.
So they had a point of emphasis. We are going to get guys that are close to home. We are going to get Louisiana guys. 67% of this class from Louisiana, and even the guys that are not from Louisiana, as you mentioned, they're going to be somebody that they're close to Louisiana. And so they really, they kind of just drew a circle of a territory that they wanted to hit, and they crushed it. And Frank Wilson, obviously, being the recruiting coordinator, compared to Polian, you can tell, this is his path. This is his vision as well. And we know what Frank can do in high school recruiting. You're talking a
Frank
big
knows how to
difference.
find them Louisiana diamonds in the rough, too.
You even go back to 2022's class, it's still, it had a lot of Louisiana flair, but still 231 miles from campus. So, this is as Louisiana as a class is going to get. And then, maybe even in the transfer portal, there's still players out there that are from Louisiana. We talked about Tacky Curtis yesterday.
Yep.
And somebody's from Manning, Louisiana. So even through the portal, you can bring in players, because I do think it matters. Being from Louisiana, having the opportunity to play for LSU, right? There's just a little something there that you can't replicate if you're not from here.
I agree. And I think that in the day and age of fickle relationships, right, where half of Billy Napier's first signing class at Florida has now transferred out of Florida, I think there's something to be said for building a foundation with players that are hungry, fully bought in, and a bit undervalued. And again, top 10 class. Let's not go too far with this whole idea of undervalued and low ranked. Top 10 class, but a top 10 class built solely from guys that, again, were as committed of a class as I've ever seen. And now if you want to go get a big-time guy in the future, maybe next year because you have a need out of the portal, you can. And yes, most years you're – and maybe you flip a Dominic McKinley come springtime, right?
Yeah.
The big defensive tackle that's currently committed to Texas A&M, which I think LSU will have a good chance of doing so. This might be a bit unfair to paint at, but I think you're going to understand what I'm getting at. To me, this is almost I went the Malik Neighbors, not the Kayshon Booties, or at least where Kayshon Booty ended up feeling like, right? And this feels like a class of Malik Neighbors.
You remember Malik Neighbors' recruitment. It wasn't early on. He was committed to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Out of Como, and I know he moved just last year, but I remember sitting there with Verge Osbury, and we were talking recruiting. We were on the field in Tiger Stadium. It was after a game, and they were talking about different players throughout the state. And I'm just listening because high school football is not something we do a deep dive into, certainly while they're playing. And I remember them talking about other receivers and this receiver, that receiver, and Verge stopped the whole conversation. He's like, they need to be worried about Malik Neighbors, because right now nobody's talking to Malik Neighbors from anywhere big, and he's committed to Mississippi State, and he's the best player in the state and the best player in the class. And I'm sitting there like, he said that with his chest out. He must mean, and lo and behold, Malik Neighbors is going to be a top 10 NFL draft choice and was a dog on the football field.
So let's get to Samuel's comments here. Gulf South says, but UJ and Oregon have multiple 5-stars go along with their 4-stars. Actually, no. Oregon has 0 as well in the On3 industry rankings. Oregon's class actually very much like yours. You have 17 4-stars, 10-3. Oregon has 18 4-stars, 7-3. So very similar. Again, yes, Georgia has you're not going to beat Georgia at recruiting. I don't know how else to say it. Kirby Smart's better than anybody else at it. He's got way more resources than you do. They can sell a more consistent and recent championship pedigree. They have a more populous state with a state that's actually even better per capita. You're never going to beat Georgia at recruiting. And trying to do so, then you're kind of going to end up star chasing a little bit. And look at what happened to Florida when they just tried to do that, right? It looked good until it didn't, until it completely imploded on signing day. Even though it should be a more even playing field, you're not going to beat Alabama. It's Nick Saban. He's goated for a reason, right? What you need to do is find where do you fit in. And this feels like a class. Now, certainly most years, again, you want to get McKinley, maybe 5-star there. And most years you're going to want at least 1 or 2 of the big guys. But this feels like a realistic fit for LSU as Brian Kelly instills his process and tries to create a consistency. And probably a realistic fit in the age of NIL when you're going to have, Texas and Miami. Miami sucks. Mario Cristobal is a 500 coach. And yet he's getting 5 stars because, making a lot of money and living in South Beach as an 18-year-old is probably pretty freaking cool. So, I really like Colin Hurley, which we can talk about as well. All right, Taylor, I do want to get your thoughts. I feel like you want to say something, but let's go to break, and when we get back, we continue this discussion. More OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Bayou Ford is taking $15,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ford Expedition. $15,000 off new Ford Expedition. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Would a couple that just came from a couples massage have any use for the massage seats of the Infiniti QX60? Yes, it appears they would. With driver and passenger massage seats, mute all your notifications and feel infinitely you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch, where Jolie Pearl, Oyster Bar, and Town Square Pizza. Matt Humans, Paul Nolan, and the 6-0 Dwayne Colucci join us 11 a.m. on Thursday. Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're a as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome. So you know this this voice right here. Shout out my boy John that I'm kicking it with at Rouse's every week. Got me my first Christmas present of the season. He bought me Enya's 1988 masterpiece Watermarks on CD. Jake got a little CD-ROM. Hell yeah.
Where do you play that now?
In a CD player dummy.
You have one?
No. But that's about the point.
Yeah.
He also gave me a very fun fact. This voice you're hearing singing this song, voice of Tony the Tiger. They're great. How about that? Also, do we have any Brave Little Toaster fans in the room? I loved Brave Little Toaster growing up.
Yep.
It's a good movie.
Voice of the vacuum cleaner.
Okay, nice.
I always just assumed this was like James Earl Jones or something.
I can see why.
Yeah, I kind of get James Earl Jones vibes.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a super deep voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tony the Tiger.
Okay.
How about that?
Voiceover legend right there.
Yeah. What's his name? We need to look it up. That's how I feel about Taylor. Listen, turn that, Mark.
Stink, stank, stunk.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, Taylor. You wanted to get a take in on this LSU recruit class?
No, I was just going to say, because you were talking about like, oh, well, you can't out-recruit Georgia and Alabama, but this is the way you got to build your class. And I've kind of seen that comment of people like, this class lacks star power. You don't have a top 10 player. Yeah, but it seems like every class, it's like you get a boom, but there's also some guys you're like, oh, well, a guy flipped last minute. You had a late take. I don't know if this guy's a fit in this class.
Yeah.
This class here, like, they were like, these are our 27 guys. These are the 27 guys we're taking. There may not be a top 10 player, but there's no drop-off. This class is solid from top to bottom. So while you look at it on paper and you're like, there's no 5 stars, this class sucks, it really doesn't. I mean, all these guys have been committed for a while. I mean, we talked about it the other day.
Feels like a culture class, dude.
We talked about it the other day yesterday off air when we were looking at like some of the lowest ranked people. One of the lowest ranked guys is a Joseph Cryer, who everybody was after, and he's a 3-star, but he's from North Louisiana. North Louisiana always produces under-recruited guys. One of them is sitting in this room right now. They always have under-recruited guys in North Louisiana. That's just an area that LSU never hit. So, I mean, people look at all these 3-stars. I mean, I think the class is solid from top to bottom.
Jake, how many is this really Boris Karloff? How many – look up the class. We don't know the answer now, but because I don't know all the towns of Louisiana still fully. How many recruits in this class have 318 area codes? That's what I would like to know. How about Colin Hurley though? There's a cat that, and I generally, kind of whatever about again like quarterback or whatever. I'm not even, Colin Hurley. The more I watched, the more I read about him, the more I learned about him, the more I'm like, okay, dude, okay. And he's kind of representative of this class as a whole in terms of the commitment that he's had.
6.
6. There we go. Okay. 6 players from 318. Like we said, very undervalued, under-recruited region that produces a ton of NFL talent. But Colin Hurley, he's 16 years old right now. Correct?
Yeah.
At 16 years old, he just threw for 5 touchdowns in the U.S. Army All-American game. And I watched the highlights, and he looked pretty damn good. He's got this, he throws with, it seems like excellent form. He's got this great base. It flicks out of his hand, a really quick release. He reclassified from 25 to 24, and he's enrolling early. He will begin playing college football. I couldn't find a birthday on him. I think he will still be 16. I think his whole freshman year, he's going to be 17 years old. Now, this puts him behind the 8 ball in a lot of ways, but it means that also, look, if you think, like, the one knock on him is maybe his size, well, I mean, he could literally still grow, like, a ton.
Sure.
But not only beyond that, he's just, for a 16-year-old, he's got a level of maturity that astounds. He's out here talking about like, well, he was talking about like meeting with Jack Marucci and how intrigued he is by everything that they're doing on like the virtual reality front, blah blah. And there's like all this other stuff. I'm like, wow, what is this kid? Where did he come from? Where does this vision come from at 16 years old to be this obsessed? And so I'm very excited to watch the Colin Hurley project develop over the next couple of years.
Yeah, make no mistake, he's a top guy. He got offered by everybody: Florida, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, A&M, Penn State, like whoever. Everyone offered him, and he is somebody that could continue to get better, like you said. I mean, not only in the size department, because like all jokes aside, I know I'm different size than when I was 16 years old, and maybe you can hit a spurt and all those things, like whatever, but just maturing mentally.
Yeah, and I don't need him to hit a spurt. It's hard to play if you're smaller, but you can play.
Yeah, and he's over 6 foot tall. It's not
exactly.
So and he's almost, I think he's like 219 pounds.
Dude, my old man, he's thick. He doesn't look too skinny. My old man was a normal age when he got to college. He was 18, and I think through college he grew from like 6'1" to 6'4". Just kept growing. So you never quite know how that's gonna end up. Wow, Mark Cumbie says Hurley turned 17 in March. That's crazy. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour number 1 of OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, Merry Christmas from your friends over at Community Steel Company in Gonzales. Word on the street is the North Pole actually called the live and local sales team to get some steel siding for the sleigh there.
Heard that.
Santa recognizing the quality product that's produced right here in Gonzales. Look, man, any of your purlin, tubing, steel building needs, sheet metal, it's all made right there. No middlemen jacking up the price to the consumer in the back end. Live and local sales team that understands you and your business's needs. Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com.
Go to that website T-Bob just gave you, and there you'll find all the things that they can do for you, and that is at your home or your business and whatever it might be, big or small and everywhere in between. And again, you can get that done and get it done today. That conversation is going to take place here locally, 225-647-2020, 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Thank you, Acadiana, for over 56 years of allowing Corval Toyota in Opelousas to take care of you and your automotive needs. Enjoy this holiday season with family and friends. From the Corval Toyota family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before with Infiniti Premium Care, included with the 2023 QX80 at your local retailer.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours.
This Sunday, as we bring you 3 different NFL games, we start off with Colts-Falcons. Immediately following that, it is Cowboys and Dolphins. And then finally, the Patriots at Broncos. Tune in this Sunday to hear all 3 of those games here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone out there. Hope you're having a great one. So, Boris Karloff is the narrator of Grinch, but not...
What a Russian.
But not the singer. Of course, Boris Karloff he's the famous horror actor, right?
I don't know. It just sounds real Russian.
Yeah, I thought you kind of know about those old horror.
I know about Bela Lugosi.
Oh, okay. I think he's the same era. I don't really know about Bela Lugosi. I don't know about either. But Boris Karloff is not singing. That belongs to, how's this for a name? Thurl Ravenscroft.
No.
With that voice. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Thurl Ravenscroft, and I'm a voice actor.
Like an audiobook narrator.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely listen to him do that. But yeah, so he's the one that sings in Grinch. He also is indeed the voice of Tony the Tiger. He's had a very fascinating career during World War II. He helped fly planes, it seems like transport missions. He flew Winston Churchill for a meeting in Algiers, flew Bob Hope to the troops a few times. His voice can be heard on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland, as well as the Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
He's one of the parrots in the Tiki Room, which if you've never been in the Tiki Room at Disney, it's awesome. The first mate of the Mark Twain Riverboat. It's all over. He's got all kinds of hidden little gems in movies. Fascinating career. Thurl Ravenscroft. Yes. That's him. And he was a singer as well. Look at his Wikipedia picture. His Wikipedia picture looks more like someone named Thurl. He has that old style, that old Walt pencil thin, that Salvador Dali pencil thin mustache going on. Shout out Thurl. Say Thurl.
Say now. Say
I can't
fella.
tell if Thurl is an interesting name because it can be simultaneously very country feeling.
It can be very trailer parky.
Yes, but also like very, very classy.
Yes. Martini in hand.
Exactly. He definitely drinks martinis.
Yes.
He definitely drinks martinis.
No,
or Old Milwaukee.
I think
one of the two.
I think Thurl's martinis, Merle is beer.
Yeah.
So Merle's beer, Thurl's martini.
But I just think it's the say Thurl. Hey, say Thurl, what you got going on, Bob?
Yeah.
Hello, Thurl. Nice to see you again. Oh, yes, excellent to have you. Welcome. Welcome to the Ravenscroft home. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Versatile. Very versatile name.
T-Bob is also the voice for OG Tony the Tiger. Yeah, that's what That's what kind of kicked this all off.
Excited about
Gulf
the Tony
South.
the Tiger Bowl.
Winston Churchill was down here in the West Bank in Algiers. Yeah, how about that? You learn new things every single day. Brian Burgess, I'm sniffing onions at the end of It's a Wonderful Life every time. It's impossible not to. It's impossible not to. Bunny Money, what time Swamp King come on today? We will do that at 9:30. 9:30 will be our Swamp King look back. Yeah. Alex B, are we nervous Mike Denbrock leaves for Notre Dame? He seems to love Notre Dame. I don't know. I think Denbrock's probably pretty happy here, just coaching a Heisman winner and having the athletes that he does. Does he want to go back and try to make it work with those Notre Dame athletes? I kind of doubt that, but so no, I wouldn't think I'm nervous, but I haven't even considered that. It's the first time I'm even thinking about that. Speaking of Notre Dame, you saw what Tyler Buckner's going to do? He's going back to Notre Dame to play lacrosse, baby. He's going to finish out his commitment to Alabama through wherever Alabama ends up, and then he's going back to play. Apparently, he was a lacrosse phenom. Got offered by Michigan in middle school. Hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Would a couple that just came from a couples massage have any use for the massage seats of the Infiniti QX60? Yes, it appears they would. With driver and passenger massage seats, mute all your notifications and feel infinitely you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hey, boat owners, check it out. It is the holiday season, which means it's time to buy yourself a gift by taking your boat to the next level with our friends at Front to Back Boat Service. Now is the perfect time to upgrade your boat and get it ready for that warmer weather, whether that's trolling motors, HD sonar, anything and everything. The Sherman family's been at it for 30 years, and Devin's going to take you through 30 more. Find them on Facebook at Front to Back Boat Service or go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, December 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 68. Coming up on OTB, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel and subscribe. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, yo? Welcome back. OTB, Hour 2, kicking up now. Alex B. say, why does it make no sense for Mike Denbrock to want to go to Notre Dame? He's coached there for many years. His family lives up north. He hasn't signed an extension and clearly is taking calls about the job. Look, maybe so. I'd love it for Denbrock to stay here, but I'm also not in a space where I think that Mike Denbrock's going to make or break your program either way. He's been awesome, and obviously he was really damn good this year. And I was highly critical after that FSU game, and I think I was wrong about a lot of things, obviously. But I guess that's kind of the point, like one of the points of why you hire a coach with the resume or experience of a BK is that you try to enter a zone where coordinator changes aren't going to break you. And ideally, look, you want your coordinator fielding calls because it means they did a good job. Just picturing all those unspent minutes on Matt House's phone bill. The cobwebs surrounding that phone. The aggressive silence in the house as you're waiting to hear that ring, ring. And it just never comes. I'm sorry. That was me. Dame Wilson says Matt House in Notre Dame. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, obviously, like I haven't heard anything about Denbrock going anywhere. Talked to him in New York for just a quick second.
Were you like, Coach, you go to Notre Dame?
No.
Say something. Answer me.
I didn't even ask that, but seemed very happy with where he's at.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
If something did happen, again, speculation, would they just elevate Joe Sloan?
I was kind of thinking that same thing. Also, you got to remember, BK sits in the quarterback meetings every day.
Yeah.
So the offense is still his baby, as more so than any other part of the team. But yeah, I would definitely think about elevating Joe Sloan. Yeah. He's been awesome.
Yeah,
obviously, and I'm excited for Joe Sloan and
he's been a coordinator. He's been a coordinator before, and yeah,
I'm excited for those guys to get a chance to develop Colin Hurley, and see Garrett Nussmeier in this bowl prep period. So, hell yeah, dude. I mean, because that's going to be one of the keys, right, is it's always fascinating to see a coaching staff transition from like when your new staff transitioning to your second quarterback. And it's something that it's like what I really want to see out of Washington. Because so much of Kalen DeBoer's success, not for his career, but success on this level, he's always been with Michael Penix, and they obviously have a very special connection. How much can DeBoer get from the next guy? How much can Kelly and company get post Jaden Daniels, post a Heisman winner? These are things that go a long way towards determining your long-term success. And it's not that you turn in a Heisman winner every time, but it's just, can you maintain being good and winning results? And I believe that they will.
These bowl practices are massive, by the way, for everybody being available for the game outside of who's in the portal and Jaden, and you having basically the totality of your team ready to go.
It's cool.
I mean, these practices are going to be spirited too. Like, think about how Nussmeier's probably entering this game, knowing what kind of opportunity he has. You have the Heisman Trophy winner in front of you. He's not going to play in the bowl game.
Yep.
You're playing against a known brand in Wisconsin, right, in a good bowl game, and you have the opportunity to really just set your offseason ablaze and going in the right direction. And also, like, if you're one of these young receivers on this team, the 15 practices to get a rapport with Garrett Nussmeier. Now,
I mean, if you're a young
and-
receiver, you still got the two big dogs in the house too, taking some reps.
But how many reps do you think they're taking in those practices?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely would hit him. I mean, I would imagine the coach staff would, yes, be giving them some sort of vet days off.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Do a couple.
I mean, as much as I want Malik to play like the full game, because I think that's awesome.
I say give him the catch and get him the
I
hell
would
up
love
out
for
of there,
him to
dude.
catch one slant, go 27 yards, and just like throw the deuces as he walks to the sideline.
There was a story about something along those lines happening this bowl season. I can't remember which team it was. I think a player played like a series or two, and then he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not feeling it."
I mean, I still just think it's awesome that he's deciding to play, and like that. Again, kind of going back to our conversation about recruiting guys from Louisiana, that it means so much to him to have that. He's already got receptions, and now he can have yards. And we've already listed all the fantastic All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion receivers that LSU's had just in the last 23 years. You don't even have to go back before then, just the last 23 years who they've had. And he has the opportunity, and I think it means so much to him that he's going to play in a bowl game in which no other player in his circumstance would play in.
Yeah, no, it's again, like I said, the optimistic spin on this class, which I arrived at of my own accord, and I believe in. I'm not telling you have to believe in it. Is that this is a class full of those type of personalities. Whether or not that bears out to be true, only time will tell. Steve Miller said the WKU wide receiver opted out at halftime. Yeah, hell yeah,
that's a move there.
All right, dog. It's been real, y'all.
Remember a couple years ago, Vontae Davis retired at halftime.
I do remember that.
He was with the Colts at the time, right?
Forget about Vontae Davis. Antonio Brown did this in a way unlike anybody we've ever seen.
Yes. I mean, he was a special individual. Yes.
He pieced out like almost mid-series.
He did? No, he did. Tampa had the ball, I'm pretty sure. And he wasn't in the game.
And he just took off his pads, threw up the deuces. And hey, shout out Antonio Brown graduated the other day. Got his college degree.
From was it the same place he played?
Where did he let me
He played at Central Michigan, didn't he?
Yes, it was Central Michigan. Okay. I did not know Antonio Brown went to Central Michigan. What in the hell?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy because nowadays he would have started at Central Michigan and then he probably would have ended up at Alabama, Georgia, LSU, somewhere like that. And that's good. So that's how it should work.
Have you ever heard that Vontae Davis story?
Not for Central Michigan, but I'm saying if a coach is great at Central Michigan, where does he end up?
Yeah.
At one of those schools.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't the players?
Yeah.
Get a chance to shine on the biggest stage.
For sure.
And
Just
plus, Central Michigan then gets the former four-star who ended up not being that good but wants to play, and so he leaves Michigan and goes to Central Michigan. These things flow both ways.
Okay.
What? You don't think that happens?
Not really. Not that I see, but you would know better. I mean, I see situations like that and like Jordan Addison leaving Pitt to go to USC, but not really the second thing you described.
Well, that's because those aren't big names that you're paying attention to. Like, I do feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
On one hand, you're having the unexpected gem leave, and you know that guy because he's a gem.
Yes.
The other guy's
And
buried on a roster, so you don't know about him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I feel for the Pitts and the Central Michigans in that situation. But what you're saying is true, I guess.
It's a little disrespectful to Pitt to put Central Michigan on their level. But I feel you. I know what you're saying. There is a leeching of talent upward from the group of five and a leeching of talent kind of downward from the rosters of these massive superpowers, hence the 17 transfers for UGA right now, which don't really matter for them, but that's a lot of good players that are now going to get chances to shine elsewhere.
What's funny you mentioned that, like, we're using Central Michigan as an example. This exact school, J.J. Watt did this. He he got a scholarship. He took it for a year, played his freshman year at Central Michigan, and was like, I'm walking on at Wisconsin. That's where I want to play. And then he walked on at Wisconsin.
Wow. That's somebody betting on himself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's kind of like
Cody
Schrader.
he didn't even get a scholarship, and with the portal, he left his scholarship, went and walked on at Wisconsin.
Yeah, the portal wasn't a thing when he was there, but still, like, had to sit out a year too. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Brambo says we should surely beat USC in the season opener, without a doubt. God dang it! We always make fun of the Pelicans for being loosey kicking the football. I'll do it again, even though, to be fair, I didn't want to kick that football this year. And I finally got convinced to, just like Charlie Brown does. But this time, I think she's really going to keep that ball down, dude. I think so. This next season opener, I think LSU's finally got it this time.
I'm not even going to talk about that at this point.
USC, everybody left.
I know. They just had Woody Marks from Mississippi State, but that's, compared to what they missed. I think it's an interesting conversation. We're talking about the portal here and, like, who's adapted best to all the changes in college athletics, in college football, who has navigated the waters and like, which programs are thriving and which programs maybe are going to go away and not going to be what they once were. Because as I continue to look at what Clemson is not doing, what they're not doing, they're now losing starters to other teams in the transfer portal. They're losing a starting corner to Mizzou. They're losing a starting receiver to Notre Dame. They're losing offensive linemen. They're losing a starting edge guy to Pitt. They're losing key players now. Like, used to, they would, I think last year they lost 12, brought in one. We know the one they brought in had ties to Dabo Swinney, but they lost 12 players. But it's like, who'd they really lose? Like, Bo Collins has played a lot of football at receiver for Clemson. He's now going to Notre Dame. Pride's played a lot of corner for Clemson. He's now going to Mizzou. And you know who they've brought in, T? No one. Not one person. They continue to just fall behind. They were a pillar of college football. They were as close to Alabama as anybody for a long time. Like, it almost felt like they figured them out. And they were winning national championships and playing for national championships. And it's not like they fell off a cliff this year, but it certainly wasn't up to their standard. Last year they win the ACC, and even that didn't feel like it. Now the first time they haven't won double-digit games, and you can say, okay, they're allowed to have one bad season. But the way it's going, it's not falling off the cliff yet, but you're hanging on to the side. You're Sylvester Stallone and Cliffhanger.
Look, Tyler, I don't care about no damn transfer portal, okay? How about you just be happy with these 9 wins that I'm feeding you?
They have 8.
Oh.
Have they lost since that guy called in?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they lost one more. Maybe to Florida State. No, that was before.
That was
they
before.
lost.
I know they lost. I know they had a couple big wins. It did seem like Tyler galvanized
that's what I'm saying. Like, have
they
they lost since that phone call?
Either way, they're still.
Dabo, you raise a good point, Jake. Is Dabo Swinney quiet quitting? He always said, he had that quote back in the day where it's like, hey, man, once players start getting paid, that's it for me. I'm done. Despite the fact that he's making like $10 million when all of his incentives and everything were kicking. Hey, that's it for me, man. I'm done. These players start getting paid. So he's just quiet quitting. Like all the millennials do.
They did not lose after Tyler called in. They beat Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Tyler's their spark. I thought they went on a little bit of a run.
Yeah,
so once again, I don't care about no transfer portal, Tyler.
Would they finish 8-4? Because at the time of that phone call, they were 4-4. And, like, people were, freaking out. But, yeah, Tyler sparked them.
But, again, if they continue just to sit on their hands, that's what they're going to be. They're going to be an 8-4 football team.
He's quiet quitting, dude. He's done. He doesn't like the new age of college football.
They're still.
But he still wants to make $10 million a year. I kind of feel it. I'd do the same thing.
In high school recruiting, like, they're still okay. Like, they made a climb. They got up to 14. They got 2 5-star guys, 10 4-stars. So they're still doing some good things there, and they're going to be able to put a roster out there that can go win games like they did. That's a great job of fighting that on. That's a great job. But you have to supplement your roster. When you start losing starters in the portal, that's when you have to supplement with veteran players, or you're starting over at every position.
Yeah.
And they just continue just to not do it. It's interesting. It's certainly a move, and we'll see if it works out. Like, because other teams, like, how did Florida State get back into the national picture and go undefeated and win the ACC? Through the portal. High school recruiting, they're doing enough. They come in. They were top 6, and they lost some of their guys, but they finished number 11. And Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson and Jared Verse, even Jordan Travis. A lot of people don't even realize that. Jordan Travis didn't start at Florida State.
Oh, I know that.
Exactly.
Where did he start at?
Louisville.
Huh.
Right? And so they built their team through the portal and also doing a good enough job in high school recruiting to where now they're relevant again. And they probably should have been in a college football playoff this year because they're doing the things that you have to do to be competitive in 2023. Again, we're not saying you have to have wholesale changes. Georgia brings in about 4 players every year. Alabama brings in about 5.
Yeah.
Ohio State brings in about 7. I think Michigan brought in 9.
Yeah, that's where LSU will be, in that range.
Exactly. So It's just supplementing your roster with veteran players who have been through the fire before and trusting your high school recruiting, and you can be very successful with that. But it's the amalgamation, T, know you like that, of the portal and high school recruiting.
Well, would you look at the big brain on Brad? Nice job,
Thank
dude.
you.
Look at that, dude. Hell yes.
Thank you.
Oh, man, I'm getting a little hot and bothered here. I feel stirring in my loins.
Have you flummoxed?
Yeah, a bit.
Mhm.
I'm very I don't even remember what I was going to say now.
Yep.
No, I mean, look, you're right. So Dabo seems to be falling behind. I'd say Dan Lanning gets A+ marks in terms of what he's doing.
When I was thinking
the
about
portal
this,
and high school recruiting.
Florida State, Oregon, and Washington they were kind of my thought process, but Florida State and Oregon were the top two. So, yeah, Dan Lanning for sure.
And then, although we'll have to watch this play out over time, Lane Kiffin's doing a different strategy, but it seems to be paying huge dividends. It's just it feels like a way more volatile one, right? Like the reason why these other coaches want to build through high school is because ultimately that's going to bring a stability with it. Whereas Kiffin's strategy can probably lead to some really high highs, but it can probably also lead to maybe some like kind of, stuff blowing up your face, right? Look at LSU's transfers 2 years ago and LSU's transfer this last year, right? It can be a mixed bag. All right, when we get back, let's just keep this conversation rolling right along. Also, we're going to get Cassie's top 5 Christmas movies. Cassie, get on the mic. We'll be back here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net. Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
Glide and twirl in a winter wonderland. Skating on the river is back. Ice skating at the Raising Cane's River Center Arena, December 18th through 31st. Visit RaisingCanesRiverCenter.com for scheduled times, dates, and to purchase tickets. Sponsored by Fox 44, NBC Local 33, Guarantee Media, and Acadian Ambulance.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before with Infinity Premium Care, included with the 2023 QX80 at your local retailer.
Tis the season for believing in savings at your High Neighbor Supermarkets. Louisiana Select peeled crawfish tails, 16-ounce pack, $9.99. USDA Select boneless rump roast, $3.99 a pound. Boston butt pork roast, $1.69 a pound. Bergeron or Georgia shelled pecan halves, 1 pound bag, $7.99. Plus, wine and gift baskets at all High Neighbor locations. Merry Christmas, neighbor.
Hi Neighbor, be a money saver. Ho, ho, ho. Hi Neighbor.
After further review with Matt Moscona, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
121-12674. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Luke Johnson from LA previewing Saints and Rams on game day. And the Tigers are back on the hardwood in the PMAC. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Out of all the reindeers, you know you're the mastermind. Run, run, Rudolph. Randolph ain't too far behind. Run, run, Rudolph. Santa's gotta make it to town. Santa, make him hurry. Tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, 'cause I'm reeling like a merry.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTP, our Nombre Dos, here on 104.5 ESPN. Rolling right along. This hour brought to you by Skull Axe Throwing, right there off of Lee. You're looking for something fun to do this holiday season. You got a couple days off of work. You want to go on a first date, second date, bro date, whatever the case may be, right? Girls night out, boys night out, whatever it is. Go throw some axes, drink some beer, eat some delicious food. If you want gcaxe.com and you go ahead and sign up for a time, use the promo code EARLYBIRD, you get 20% off, y'all. So go to gcaxe.com or just go in to Skull Axe Throwing right there off of Lee by Mike Anderson's. Very fun time. Remember, corporate events as well, team building around the holidays, maybe like a holiday Christmas party, great way to do so. Beer, drinks, food, access. It's all awesome. Now, Taylor, hand those headphones over, push your mic over, and let's get our new employee, a new member from the bullpen here at Guarantee, Cassie. Cassie, what's your last name?
Spazzali.
Oh, hey, Cassie Spazzali. Hey, oh, nice to have you here. Now, Cassie, I was peppering her with questions earlier in the show, during the break. She's 20 years old. I'm about to be 35. I've been doing this job now for about 10 years, and each year, the people on the other side just seemingly get younger and younger and younger.
What they said in Dazed and Confused.
And Cassie is dangerously close, Jake, to us crossing that threshold where we will have been where we're doubling up the age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm 38.
That's what I'm saying. Way too close. Yeah. Way too close. 38, 20. So a bit of a generational divide here, which is why, though, I made Cassie put together or give me some Christmas music under my ears here. Made Cassie nice job. Ready to go with that. Hell yeah. I made Cassie put together her top 5 Christmas movies. This is from a 20-year-old current LSU student. How many roommates do you have?
I have 2 roommates.
Okay, cool. Decorated all Christmas, she said, in the apartment. Real tree at the Spazzali. Was it Spazzali? Mm-hmm. The Spazzali household, though. All right, Cassie, give me your top 5 Christmas movies starting at number 5.
Okay, number 5 is kind of like not a specific movie, but I really like the Netflix kind of Hallmark movies.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a sappy person.
Okay, so you're just saying the general genre
almost like all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of them are the same. They're the same.
Yeah.
And so
They're
you know
all
what you're
tickling-
getting into.
They're if you were to do a brain scan of people when they watch those movies, the exact same part of the brain would be activated every time. So I
Yeah,
feel you. That's
right.
actually a genius first selection and not picking out a single one. And you're right. Netflix has gotten into that game as well. They've made a few of those Hallmarks that are actually pretty good. One had my girl Heather McMahon in it, and it was I was like, that was funny. I enjoyed that. We kind of just keep Hallmark Channel on in the background during this time of
Background
year.
fodder.
Yeah. Somewhere out there, Lacey Chabert's fallen in love with her old high school boyfriend, and that pleases me.
Small town, Wisconsin.
Always. Christmas tree farms and whatnot. All right, Cassie, number 4 are Cassie's top 5 Christmas movies.
Number 4 is the Santa Claus. I like them all, but the first one's probably my favorite.
Wow. Now, see, I thought that would have been, we're talking Tim Allen here, right? Yeah. I thought it would have been a little before your time.
Tim the Tool Man.
Also, Tim Allen, noted cocaine dealer. Did you ever know that?
I knew he was a Lions fan.
No, he was straight up flying massive amounts of cocaine into the U.S. and got caught and flipped on everybody. This was before he was an ever famous actor. You can look up the Tim Allen mugshot, and he's very good looking young. Look at Taylor nodding his head. Yeah.
Wow. Check this out.
So also, I've been fascinated to see on Disney Plus, the Santa Claus has spawned an entire Santa Claus universe. Like, I've never seen past the first one. I knew they had 3 movies, but now there's TV shows. Like, there's a ton of Santa Claus content out there. Have you seen it all?
I have not watched the new series.
Okay. But you have seen all 3 movies?
Yes.
I was always freaked out by, is it Martin Short that they got to play Jack Frost? He looks very scary. It looks very disconcerting to me. I'm getting disconcerting signals from Martin Short. Okay, so the Santa Claus, number 4 on this list, which also I rewatched the other day, and I kind of feel for the parents in that movie because I, too, would be deeply concerned if my ex-husband was trying to convince my child that he was Santa.
The stepdad's
and
a little
was
extra.
kidnapping him.
I'd argue the stepdad's still a little extra.
Still a little extra? When's the last time you rewatched, bro?
The first one?
Yes, the first one. When's the last time you rewatched?
He seems to be using the Santa Claus thing as a convenient excuse, in my opinion.
I'm just saying that, like, good on Tim Allen for actually ending up being real Santa Claus, because in any other scenario, he's a psychopath who is kidnapping his child. So it's a good thing that he was actually Kris Kringle. And we already got into the the Kris Kringle conundrum, which, again, as we said, this is a movie and it's universe's version of Santa. This is not the real life Santa. But Kris Kringle, is it a parasite that took over Scott Calvin's body as he's later introducing himself to the police as Kris Kringle? Like the person of Scott Calvin is almost wholly erased except for his love for his son. Anyway, sorry, Cassie, best Christmas movie number 3.
Number 3 is White Christmas.
Whoa, look at this. What? A real love for the classics. Unbelievable. Now that's the movie with Bing Crosby and what's his partner's name? They used to do all the work back in the day together. Jake, do you know?
I
You ever
just
seen
remember
White
Bing
Christmas?
Crosby from Holiday Inn. But I've seen White Christmas. But
Yeah,
I don't
Holiday
know.
Inn. And I like White Christmas a bit better than Holiday Inn as well. I'm with you there, Cassie. I love the snow song. It's excellent. I watched it actually again yesterday. Just the snow. God, what a good movie. Okay, White Christmas. What was that made? That was made in 1940 something? I believe 50 something.
I don't know. It was a while ago.
Yeah, early 50s. The movie's almost quadruple your age. Number 2. Christmas movie on Cassie's 20-year-old yet deeply mature Christmas movie list.
Number 2 is the live-action Grinch.
Wow. That makes me very happy because I love that movie, and for whatever reason, my kids are not into it. They're a little scared of it. They're disconcerted by it. I think Ron Howard nailed live-action Whoville. All of Jim Carrey's zany energy was leading up to that moment in that movie. What was your favorite part of the movie, do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Holiday, what? But what would I wear? I think that's my favorite part.
That one's my favorite part.
I mean, it's a great... Also, endlessly funny is him yelling at his own echo. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. Love the Grinch. And the number 1 Christmas movie on Cassie's Top 5 Christmas movies ever is...
So although I haven't watched it yet this year, I'm kind of saving it for last. It's Christmas Vacation.
I too am
there
saving
you
Christmas
go.
Vacation. I think I'm going to wait till my old man comes over and then throw it on the television. That's just a top tier movie to watch with the pops.
Yeah, it's always on our TV Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saving it for as well. I haven't done Christmas Story either yet. I think tonight maybe Christmas Story night. Okay, so to run it back, your generic Hallmark movie at number 5, number 4, The Santa Claus.
Yes.
Yes. 3, White Christmas. 2, live action Grinch, and 1, Christmas Vacation. Let's give it up for Cassie on the mic. Hell yeah, dude. That's a great list. It's a great list. I didn't know if yeah, that's just full of classics. Nice job. All right. What are your top Christmas movies? Put them in the chat when we get back. More Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokee, $10,000 off new Jeep Grand Cherokee, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Would a couple that just came from a couples massage have any use for the massage seats of the Infiniti QX60? Yes, it appears they would. With driver and passenger massage seats, mute all your notifications and feel.
It's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. It's game day, Saints and Rams. Mike Triplett joins us. We'll give you a final preview and prediction, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
It won't be long before we'll all be there with snow.
Snow, snow. I want to wash my hands, my face, and hair with snow.
Snow, I long to clear a path and lift a spade of snow.
Snow. To see a great big man entirely made of snow.
Where it's snowing all winter.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Those glistening houses that seem to be built of snow.
What is Christmas with no?
This was Tim Allen when he was smuggling cocaine into the States.
Dude, that blew my mind. Blew my mind that he spent time in prison. Like, he served real time for that. I'd never heard that before.
Man, I wish that I wish that I lived just one snowy Christmas. But it's weird because I never want to be away from home at Christmas. I hate traveling during Christmas. Don't want to do it. I don't even like I don't like changing pants at Christmas Day. I want to be in my pajamas, drinking coffee, eating monkey bread, eating gumbo, hanging at the crib, having the kids play with their new toys, me doing whatever I'm interested in for that day. Yeah.
I don't like the pause there.
But I would love, well, I was going to say, me play with my new toys, but that,
Yeah.
Actually not wholly far from the truth. But then again, I do, I would really love to have a Christmas day with snow one day. Who knows? Maybe so. Greg Monson says, I had a snowy Christmas. Yeah, it's a dream, man. It's a dream. Okay, I'm putting together my top 5 Christmas movie list. We'll get there a bit later on. I'm still not sure. Somebody asked, is Harry Potter a Christmas movie? I've thought about this a lot, and I find Harry Potter to be a holiday movie in that, or you could even maybe call it a fall time movie. Anytime Halloween season on, so really October on, Harry Potter plays. It feels great. Feels great in October, feels great in November, feels great in December. Miss me in the spring and summer. Watching Harry Potter in the spring and summer is a psychopathic move. So if you don't want to call it strictly a Christmas movie, that's fine, but it definitely has holiday vibes. Are we in agreement there?
Never seen it.
Because they kind of, think about it. It's the start of the school year, so they do kind of go through the seasons. Like there is Thanksgiving vibes, then they have the Christmas feast. So yeah, I'm with you. I would actually say it's more of a holiday movie than a Christmas movie.
It's a fall time movie.
Yeah,
it's an
for sure.
autumnal movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't believe I couldn't think of Fred Astaire earlier when you were asking about Bing Crosby.
But it wasn't Fred Astaire in.
He was in Holiday Inn. Is that now you're asking about?
No. Well, I'm talking about his partner.
Irving Berlin?
That?
Maybe?
I think sounds correct. I had this exact same conversation with my father-in-law at Disney a couple weeks ago. That was Fred Astaire's Holiday Inn. Man, I may have to watch White Christmas tonight. Low Key Snapper says, nobody said Polar Express. Pretty decent. Get the hell out of here, dude. You mess with me.
You love that.
My wife put Polar Express on the television yesterday, and I broke the TV. I threw the remote through the television. I told her to get out, and I made her sleep outside.
You don't think that was a little excessive?
No. No. I want to have very clear lines of delineation in my household. As long as you're under this rule, you're not. You're under this roof, you're not going to watch.
Yeah, don't say rule. That's
You're not going to watch Polar Express. I don't actually hate it that much. It's all right. Ernest Saves Christmas, 1998. I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I definitely loved Ernest, or all the Ernest movies back in the day. And I'll never forget that Ernest died on my birthday. Bums me out.
Christmas movies are weird because it's like, okay, well, what do you consider a Christmas movie?
What is Nightmare Before Christmas more Christmas or Halloween?
It's Christmas.
I think Christmas.
I mean, it has Christmas in the title, but it's very Halloween vibes.
You can watch it both. I guess it's kind of like Potter.
It's a hybrid.
That gap. Wonderful movie as well, actually. I never watched it because it scared me when I was a kid. But my kids got into it, and I love stop motion. I'm a little stop motion Andy, dude. I could watch that new Pinocchio on Netflix. Not the Disney one with Tom Hanks, but the Guillermo del Toro vehicle is fantastic.
The animated Mickey Mouse like Christmas features from like around the early 2000s, late 90s were really solid for kids in my era. Like Once Upon a Christmas, I remember watching that a lot.
Once Upon a Christmas 1 and 2 are bangers. Mickey's Christmas Carol's banger.
I mean, Mickey's Christmas Carol came out in the early 80s, and it still
bangs.
Still bangs.
Yeah. A lot of Mickey does. I'm actually reading. I got an awesome book when I was in Disney, the Disney Film Archives, and it's just all like behind the scenes information about the rise of Disney and how they did it. And it's fascinating what that little mouse was able to build.
In like first grade, we all had to draw a picture of Uncle Scrooge, right? And I was the only one who drew a duck because I thought the Disney story was like the original Christmas Carol story. I thought Scrooge was a duck.
Wait, what?
Like we all had to draw Scrooge in first grade, and I was the only person that drew a duck. Everybody else drew an old man.
I don't think that's. I think it's more surprising that everybody else drew an old man.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel you on that. I too.
Was it a blue duck?
I do not remember first.
Billy Madison reference.
Oh, okay. I'm slowing the uptick today.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas McGrew says Lord of the Rings is a Christmas break movie for me, just because I went to see. Yeah. That's a weird one in that it does not involve Christmas, but they were always released, both the extended edition DVDs and they were released in theaters in December. And so a lot of people enjoy those around the holiday, for sure. I won't say it's a Christmas movie, but it's another one that probably fits best around this time of year. Also, because you need a full Christmas break to watch them.
See, like for me, I consider Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy Christmas movie. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but it's Christmas all over the place. And I mean, it's got Santa Claus. Dan Aykroyd dresses up as Santa Claus. So
okay. I've never seen it.
No, I would agree with you. I mean, look, people say Die Hard's a Christmas movie, and it takes place at a Christmas party, but you're right. Like that movie doesn't get thought of, and it has more Christmas elements than a lot of movies people consider.
Somebody tried to correct you on the Fred Astaire thing. I know that's wrong, but I think Danny Kaye is actually the guy in not
Fred
Irvin
Astaire.
Berlin.
I know played Ted in Holiday
that's what I'm saying.
Inn.
Not Irvin Berlin. I think Danny Kaye is who we were looking for with Bing Crosby in White Christmas.
Okay.
Emil says Star Wars feels Christmas-esque to me. I can see. Is my mic? Did I unplug my headphones?
No, you're in.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
good.
It sounded like my mic shut down for a second. Self-awareness is low IQ to call a Christmas movie because it happened. Christmas movie because it happens during Christmas. I disagree. Also, though, I feel like a lot of times these discussions, it's like that old quote where the guy says, "Look, I don't know how to define pornography, but I know it when I see it." In the same way, a lot of this
low
IQ.
IQ.
A lot of this debate is
Get out of here.
It's intuition. Do you feel it in your gut? Did a Christmas movie in your balls, your Christmas balls,
low
hang on the
IQ.
tree, and that's how you
Call a movie Christmas because it happens during Christmas. It can be whatever I want it to be, bud.
And the atrocious Disney
if it's got Santa Claus and it's got Christmas lights and Christmas trees, I'll be damned it's Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, define a Christmas movie.
That's what I'm saying. You can't define it, but I know it when I see it. It's a feeling that you get. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. All-Star Toyota, Toyotathon's going on right now, but check it out, man. We're here to talk about that service department, boys. The body shop, all makes and models, not just Toyotas, okay? Go take advantage of the shuttle service, the free estimates, the incredible lines of communication where they keep you up to date with exactly what they're going to do to your vehicle, and you approve everything ahead of time. Immediate responses, texting, it's the best. If it's a big job and you need a rent, well, they got rental cars on site. They got factory parts. It's the best. And if you mention OTB, Hester, T-Bob, any of it, you get $100 towards your deductible. Remember, insurance claims are welcome. All-Star Toyota's body shop right there off of Airline and Goodwood. Go check them out today.
And right now, right, you got family coming into town, you don't have a vehicle big enough, or you're leaving, you're going on a trip and you want something bigger, or you want to save miles on your vehicle, go rent that Toyota today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford is taking $15,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ford Expedition. $15,000 off new Ford Expedition. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance shops, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
Sandgriff, join us for the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch, where Jolie Pearl, Oyster Bar, and Town Square Pizza. Matt Humans, Paul Nolan, and the 6-0 Dwayne Colucci join us 11 a.m. on Thursday. Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Okay, Alvin? Alvin? Alvin! Okay! Christmas, Christmas time is near. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't last. Merry Christmas.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Starting to feel it, Jake?
Not yet.
What?
I'm telling you, Friday at 4:58. I think I'll start to feel it.
Daniel says, can we talk about the Saints game today? Do we have to? Okay.
That was very good, Simon. Very good, Theodore.
What are you talking about? I bet every show here on this station waits.
The Saints
hour
are
3 to talk Saints.
playing the Rams today, and it's actually a massive game. How about this from Next Gen Stats? Saints currently the 9 seed in the NFC at 7-7. The Rams currently the 7 seed in the NFC at 7-7. With a win, the Saints have a 71% chance to make the playoffs. With a loss, that drops to 24%. If the Rams win, they have a 74% chance of making the playoffs. If they lose, it drops all the way down to a 15% chance. So it's not a it's not a 100% guarantee, but you could absolutely say that the Saints' playoff hopes, more likely than not, are on the line tonight in LA on a short week, flying out west with Aaron Donald going against Cesar Ruiz. Boy. No Mike Thomas, no Marshawn Lattimore.
Olave's back.
Hell yeah. I'm not feeling great about it, boys. I'm not feeling great about it. And the worst part is, if you lose this game, you probably don't make the playoffs, but you probably win one of the final two, which means we are staring down the barrel at an 8-9 year. Which, granted, probably leads to changes. Not probably. I think would absolutely lead to changes, which I suppose there's something there. But again, you're not going to get the good draft pick. You're not gonna so, no, I want to win tonight. Like Jake said, the draft pick boat has sailed. Win the game. Find a way to get it done in L.A., make the playoffs, and see if you just can catch somebody with a Beastquake sort of moment. Beastquake sort of
It doesn't even have
game.
to be that. I was a part of an 8-8 team that beat a 12-4 Colts team.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right? In overtime.
I'm
Walked
just
it
saying
off.
somebody coming to your house in the playoffs and just make a crazy upset out of it potentially. But that's all on the line tonight. And unfortunately, even though the Saints have won 2 games in a row, really they've only played one good game. And unfortunately, the Rams seem to be pretty hot right now.
The numbers kind of stayed where it was. It opened up 4.5. It's down to 4 right now. So the number hasn't really changed, even with some of the Saints actually coming back in this game, like Chris Olave. But ESPN matchup predictors got the Rams 60.2% chance to win this one. The Rams are as hot as anybody, really, when you look across the NFL. Again, in their last 5 games, the only loss that they have is an overtime loss on the road against the Baltimore Ravens, who are playing incredibly well as well. This is a team that was kind of left for dead earlier in the year. Remember when we were going over the schedule like 6 weeks ago, it felt like we were talking about the back end of the schedule, and the Rams were included in you get the Rams. You get the Rams. Even though it's away from the Dome, you get the Rams. So they're playing much better. Matthew Stafford obviously has solidified since he's come back from injury, that team, because they were going through some backup quarterbacks. Williams was out for a long time at the running back position, and he's somebody that's one of the best backs in the league. I mean, he's missed serious time, and he's still almost at 1,000 yards.
Damn.
We know they got 2 receivers.
Who's the new guy that
Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
He's got 1,163 yards on the season, 87 catches. I mean, so they've got
Cooper
real
Kupp,
weapons.
system guy, not that good. System guy.
Look,
if Puka can do it, no big deal.
Well, now they're kind of both doing it.
Koopa and Puka. I'm a Koopa Puka. Koopa Troopa.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch Paulson Adebo. You could argue he's having like a Pro Bowl, maybe like all-pro season. 15 PBUs, 4 interceptions since Latimore's gone down specifically.
Hold up now. Paulson Adebo's up to 15 PBUs and 4 picks. Okay.
Allowing a 54% completion rate.
Okay.
People are talking about him, but I feel like maybe across the nation he's a little underrated. He's playing some awesome football.
Well, that's going to be big because, look, y'all are talking Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. Tutu Atwell hadn't played the last couple of weeks because of injury.
His name's also funny.
He's been a full participant the last 3 days. Tutu Atwell can fly. I mean, he is a really solid slot receiver for him as well. So they really got 3 guys. And then Tyler Higbee's been a little slow this year. He's been in and out of the lineup with injuries. But I mean, they got pass catchers everywhere. It's not just Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. To Mario's credit, like guys like Adebo are going to be huge in this game.
Again, the reason why everything looked so good offensively last week is because the Saints O-line did their job and protected Derek Carr. I am terrified about what's going to happen if Aaron Donald or the Rams pass rush gets home early and then Derek Carr starts getting panicky. And although the defense has looked awesome, and I think the Saints defense is still very good, I mean, I can't draw too many conclusions from Tommy Cutlets and Bryce Young now going against Matt Stafford. So it's a dark picture, but who knows? Maybe the Black and Gold get it done hour 3.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com, patientplusuc.com. Locations all throughout the city, y'all. And that's because they're growing, right? Because they do a great job. And because the facilities aren't like anything you've ever seen when you're talking about urgent care. The rooms you'll be in, the technology to test you for flu, strep, COVID, whatever the case may be, cold. You need to get in and get better for life's little unexpected moments this holiday season. You want Patient Plus Urgent Care, but check it out. It's year-round, man. You do the membership. You do a flat rate price if you want, or you can pay monthly. If you go just twice in a calendar year, you come out ahead. It's unreal. So take advantage. It's a great deal. Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com.
That information about becoming a member is actually right at the top of patientplusuc.com. You can click Learn More to find that information. patientplusuc.com. Get in and get better.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $10,000 off MSRP on new 23 Jeep Grand Cherokee. $10,000 off new Jeep Grand Cherokee. And all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
Would a couple that just came from a couples massage have any use for the massage seats of the Infiniti QX60? Yes, it appears they would. With driver and passenger massage seats, mute all your notifications and feel infinitely you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, December 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, expect clear skies with a high of 67. Coming up on OTB, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show at 9:15 for a new edition of Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTB OT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Dang it. I had another thing I wanted to cast. I forgot. My brain is not working right now. Very frustrating. Not Taylor Swift. Thank you, though. Thank you. We were talking a little Taylor during the break. Jake, what were you just talking about?
I was talking about movies at the box office. Napoleon didn't do well.
No.
Big bomb. Wonka's actually doing pretty well. There's a new Hunger Game movie, apparently, that's done really well. Received really good reviews.
Maybe I'll remember later. I'm not entirely sure, dude.
I talked about Gene Wilder being a really good actor.
He is a great actor, but also not what I was thinking. No. I am shocked that apparently that Wonka movie is good. I didn't think the trailers particularly excited me, but I do like Timothée Chalamet. He certainly has a charisma, a pull to him that jumps off the old silver screen. I'm supposed to take my kid to go see Wish. And you know me, I love going to movies, but Wish does not look very good.
Oh, 5.4 on IMDb.
No.
Let's don't do that.
Well, I have to. It's such funny insight into how marketing works, in that my daughter is like obsessed with Wish and she's never seen the movie. She's only seen trailers that Disney and stuff has thrown in front of her. Like when we were at Disney, her little wristband she bought was Wish. She wanted like Wish pins and everything. By the way, got kind of into the pin trading at Disney. Anybody ever do any of that? No? Yes? No? Anybody know what I'm talking about? All right, we'll keep moving.
The what?
Pin trading?
I know what you're talking about. The little pins you put on like the lanyards and stuff.
Yeah, you put little pins on the lanyards.
So we went quite a bit when I was in junior high because my sister went for like cheer competitions and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
And she used to do it on like her lanyards and stuff. That's like the extent that I know about it. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like if some employees, they'll have like the pins on him throughout the park. And if you want to trade with him, they have to trade with you pin for pin.
What?
Yeah, and so you can get, and then there's like pin boards. Although the public pin boards tend to be all the garbage pins that get left. Wait, what? The new Aquaman comes out today?
That looks awful.
I don't think anybody.
That looks awful.
I'm so dumb because I did think it looked awful the entire trailer. And then I saw a giant seahorse. I saw Aquaman riding a giant seahorse, and I was kind of like,
Put your claws. Got you in.
Okay, I don't know now. But no, that first Aquaman was terrible. So I have no illusions that this one is going to be any good either. I will say this: the one thing I will say about it is they kind of went for it in that first Aquaman. There's somebody said for that, but it was just so long and sort of like just over the top boring. Yodek Barabucci says the Dune movies are very boring. I haven't seen the David Bowie Dune movies, but the new Dune from Villeneuve was fan-freaking-tastic. So miss me with that BS, dude. I cannot wait for Dune 2. Bilbo, Jason Momoa is the only reason to watch Aquaman. I like Jason Momoa. I don't think he's a very good actor. Is that mean to say?
No. Unpopular opinion. I feel the exact same way about Dwayne Johnson.
Ooh.
Dwayne Johnson, nice guy. Not really that good of an actor.
It's a little more of a hot take.
I guess. Well, let me back up.
The box office is. He's had a lot of misses. I like The Rock.
I feel like Hollywood's like, we need a stay-at-home dad who looks super realistic. I know Dwayne Johnson. Like I was telling you about the movie he played in Snitch, where he has to like snitch on these other people to like keep his son out of jail. T-Bob, he's getting the crap beat out of him by like people that look like me. I'm like, why did you cast Dwayne Johnson in this movie? Like, why is he in this movie?
Yeah, I guess maybe The Rock is not a good actor. I don't know. I guess I've never
Like,
really
I like The Rock. He
engaged
seems
with
like a
this.
nice guy. I enjoy his movies, but like, I don't
Like,
know if it's
that I
his
can
performance
name.
that.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know that I can name a single Rock movie that I've seen and I've been like, that's a good movie. I think the last movie I saw with The Rock was Walking Tall.
With him and Sean William
With
Scott.
Yeah, yeah. Like even that's a remake. I never watched any of his Jungle movies. I never watched any. Actually, no. That new Jumanji was pretty good. He was pretty good in that.
Moana.
The first new Jumanji, and he does great in Moana as well.
Ballers was good.
The TV show.
Yeah.
I did not watch it, so I cannot speak.
Yeah. I don't know, but I wasn't living that life. But the way they portrayed professional football players in that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that on our Tuesdays we weren't doing the things that they were doing.
Yes, it's kind of like a football entourage.
Yeah. Not a bad show, but not realistic.
Does it go full playmakers? Does it ever reach the beautiful
No,
heights
I think,
and depths that
I think
playmakers
Mario does,
on ESPN
Mario
did?
just did a great job as entourage with
Okay,
football players.
that makes sense.
That's what it is. Except entourage is better.
Batista and John Cena have better films than The Rock.
Okay, come on. Now we're.
Well, no, Batista's a key role
Yes,
in
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
for
in
sure.
Blade Runner 2049, which is considered like a modern masterpiece. Also, I love putting tiny little glasses on Batista because he's so big and meathead. But then you put these glasses on him, you're like, oh, he's smart. I get it now.
I saw John Cena in Trainwreck, and he was awful. And I can't believe a movie that had John Cena and LeBron James and probably invested heavily in that was so bad. Because that movie was bad.
I would say that if I see LeBron James and John Cena starring a movie, it's going to be awful.
Yeah.
Like, I think I could believe that.
Amy Schumer. Kinda.
That said, I like John Cena as an actor. Now, maybe it's just that he was awesome in Suicide Squad 2. And if you have not watched Peacemaker on HBO, it is so funny and so good. I love Peacemaker. Loki Snappus says Saints roll. We'll see. I hope so. I don't think so, but I hope so. All right, let's do this. Yeah, Shoebanks says Peacemaker's amazing. I'm inclined to agree with that. Is there any other sports that we should talk about today? I mean, we still never got to the Ja Morant game winner from a couple of days ago. I don't know, have we missed the boat on that?
A lot of people are upset at Willie Green, kind of his rotations, and because the Pelicans have blown a lot of double-digit leads. I think they've blown the third most in the NBA. And there's something to be said for not having Trey Murphy on the court, certain lineups. That's pretty much what the
How
discourse
did they
is.
blow a 24-point lead? Now, I know Ja went for like 27 in the second half?
Well, you gave Cody Zeller 4 fourth-quarter minutes. You gave Trey Murphy 0. You had a lot of lineups with just one shooter in it. And, yes, defensively, you could have thrown more at Ja. You could have tried to not let their best player beat you. But offensively, the rotations were just a little bit nonsensical, in my opinion. And y'all know I love Jonas. Like, it's not like anybody on the team is bad. Najee's been playing well, too. But eventually, you got to get some spacing out there. Like, good offense in the NBA is more valuable than good defense. And Ja Morant proved that.
Jonas doesn't give you spacing?
Not as much, man. Especially not with Zion on the court at the same time. They played well off of each other, but I feel like the plan was to surround Zion with shooters, right? And the rotations don't really reflect that.
So what would be your ideal Zion lineup then?
Man, if he could somehow play center and the Pelicans could go small, you could have him out there with Herb Jones, a non-shooter, C.J. McCollum, Trey Murphy, Brandon Ingram. That's enough spacing to where it can be effective. But down the stretch, it was just really clunky. And again, you let Ja Morant, you can't let their best player beat you. Like, as a coach, in my opinion, that's on you if that happens.
I will say this, man. In terms of just being a pure game winner, I was shocked to know that's Ja's first ever career game winner as well.
Really?
Yeah, his first buzzer-beating winner.
That's shocking.
Isn't that crazy? You feel like he's probably done that a few times already. But that move to have one of the NBA's best defenders on you, and then Dyson Daniels, another very good defender closing on you. He drives left, spins right, and then out of the spin, jumps back left, and he manages to perfectly float it to where Herb Jones and Dyson Daniels high-five one another. Again, it reminds me of the old Michael Vick highlight where he ran through the two Vikings and they run into each other. Like, it was a mind-blowingly good final shot. And you want to talk about superstars mattering in the NBA? As we said going in, those were two teams heading in complete opposite directions. The Pelicans had won 4 in a row. They were 7-3. Grizz had lost 5 in a row. They were 3-7. And look at that again. Does this replay go on to give the end zone view, essentially? Because that's the look at Usher. That's the way to watch it. No, I'm just kidding. That's T. Morant. That's Shah's father.
Man, that one hurt. It just felt like a blown opportunity because, like you said, the Pelicans.
You're up 24.
Yes, since that semifinal loss to the Lakers in Vegas, which was bad, they had been playing really well, and you've had some good wins. You mentioned the 7-3. In that time, you beat the Timberwolves, you beat the Sixers, you beat the Kings in Sacramento. But a loss like that, where you blow such a big lead, has a lot of people frustrated. So I'm excited for them to get back out there tonight.
Pegasus J says, is it too much to ask to face your franchise to rise to the occasion? Like, come on, Shaq said it best. You can see it in Zion's eyes. He don't want it.
That's true to an extent, but also very simplistic. Like, they're trying to find the best fits around him. He definitely needs to be better himself. But, like, that's kind of my point. Down the stretch, you didn't really give him the ball. He didn't get very many touches. So that's definitely true, but the rest of the kind of roster and rotation also needs to be figured out.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about, do the Pelicans have someone with a killer instinct? I don't know if they have.
Well, doesn't it feel like you're really confident with the role players and like the rotation, but the stars are kind of what need to get it together for the Pelicans to get to where they want to go?
Yeah, I mean, when they were third in the West, it's because Zion was playing like the NBA MVP last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the heights that you would ideally need him to occupy. I do think Brandon Ingram's made himself into a pretty good closer. He's not afraid of the shots, and he struggled for a while there in the fourth, but he's gotten it together. But again, I don't know if he'll ever be like one of the greats. Greg Lamont says Bron didn't really come into his own in the clutch till he was like 26 or 27.
That's fair. I agree with One Smoke. Zion needs to get more rebounds. Ain't no way he shouldn't be averaging double-digit rebounds. Maybe not double digits, but he definitely needs to do a better job.
What's he averaging, like 5?
Yeah, like in between. Look it up real quick. But either way, he needs to show, more hustle on defense.
This is going to sound like a weird take, but they have so many players that I think are NBA quality players, and trying to figure out the rotation has been a real struggle for them. And I wonder why they've been reluctant to maybe not move those players for draft choices, because they've done that so many times, and they've done a nice job of identifying players, but maybe shrink that rotation by combining 3 players and 1 player, or whatever it might be. Whatever your deficiency is, you have some assets that I think are worth something. Like Kyrie Lewis right now, being in Birmingham, I think he's an NBA player, but with your team and your roster, there's not a place for him. And I'm not saying you trade him because his value might not be where it should be, but I think you have pieces that you could move to bring in, maybe 1 really quality player with 3 players that you're trying to figure out what the rotation looks like.
Gulf South says, so what's changed about the Pelicans with the 3 coaches Zion has had? Everyone loves Willie Green, but why? Well, to be clear, you've been getting consistently better under Willie Green record-wise.
I mean, when was the last time it was 3 straight seasons that the Pelicans were at least playoff relevant? At least playing 82 games and each means something. It's been a very long time.
And an above 500 record last year, which, again, we are trash. Recognize that.
Yes.
Like, that may be trash to other franchises, but at a certain point you have to recognize you are the Browns. Okay? So, like, you have to operate with that as your kind of context here. And so, yeah, winning record last year, 16-12 this year. Like, we've all lived through the 1-11 starts, the 3-13 starts. Like, he has been consistently improving. So, yeah, it may not have reached its, like, ultimate heights or where it's going to go, but that's why everybody loves Willie Green, because there has been improvement.
Yeah, and it's a long season. There are adjustments that need to be made, but you trust them to hopefully make it. Eventually down the stretch of each season is when the Pelicans play their best basketball, right? Getting into the play-in a couple years ago, last year, getting that big losing streak, but still bouncing back and at least making the postseason. I have faith that he will fix some stuff, but he definitely needs to fix some stuff.
Daniel Blunt, he did just take strange late-game shots when I would rather he just attack the rim and dish it. I mean, again, yes, I kind of feel that, especially in light of this last game, but sometimes he makes those strange ones, which is kind of the catch-22 here.
He was still 6 of 8 in the game. Those 2 misses down the stretch were just so rare for him. Like, I was watching the game with my roommate, a Lakers fan, and when the ball went up, each shot, they were like, well, that's a good look, and each time it was like, whoa, never mind. Playing the Cavs tonight, by the way, in Cleveland.
And they've kind of fallen apart. How are they doing?
They're doing
this year.
They're doing okay. Jared Allen was an all-star last year.
16-12. They had a big injury the other day. Okay, so a couple of 16-12 teams do in battle tonight in Cleveland. See if the Pellies can get it done. 6:30. Definitely a good opportunity to wipe the bad taste out of your mouth after you let that Grizzlies team in Jaws return beat you in the manner that it did. Tiger Bait Zion's the biggest disappointment in the history of New Orleans sports. No, that would be the Nolan no call. And
Ooh, what about individual player?
That's a good one.
That's a good topic. It doesn't have to happen right now, like the shelf, maybe.
Yeah.
Wait, the most disappointing player in New Orleans sports history?
Mhm.
Russell Erxleben.
Okay, yeah, I mean.
Is that the punter?
That was the punter
They
slash
drafted
kicker that they
in
drafted
the
in the
second
first round.
round. The Saints back in the
first
day.
round, wasn't
Not
it?
good in the
Highest
NFL.
drafted kicker ever.
He's on the list. All right, coming up next, we're going to make Cassie give us her top 5 most disappointing players in New Orleans sports history. So look forward to that. Keep it locked. Munchies next. Chef Michael Johnson, 105 ESPN.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys, man. You need somebody who's going to be there for you, fight for you against those big insurance companies. You don't need to be scared of them, okay? Gordon's got your back. And at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, want to wish everybody a very happy Christmas. Hopefully you're enjoying seeing all the excellent blow-ups and whatnot, or the giant Gordon statue that now has a Santa head. Remember, you follow him on social media at Get Gordon. Not only do you get great tips about what to do after you get in an accident, but you also get sit-downs and content with all of your favorite athletes as well. Shout out to the G team. Get Gordon, get done today.
Go to the website, getgordon.com, where you can do it all right now. If you can't get to your phone, remember you can have a conversation with them right there on the website. You can find cases they can handle for you, past client results, always on social media, that handle at Get Gordon. You can find what they're doing in the courtroom and in the community. But if you're in Louisiana, remember area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before with Infiniti Premium Care, included with the 2023 QX80 at your local retailer.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further. like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes.
This Sunday, as we bring you 3 different NFL games, we start off with Colts-Falcons. Immediately following that, it is Cowboys and Dolphins. And then finally, the Patriots at Broncos. Tune in this Sunday to hear all 3 of those games here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Hey, big news, boys. AccuTemp renewed for the new year. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Shout out. All your AC, heating, and electrical needs. Let's go. AccuTemp. Right now, let's go to the phone lines for everybody's favorite segment every single week where we talk to the man, Chef Michael Johnson. Chef, what's happening?
Morning, T-Bob. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, bro. I am just injecting. I feel like a Christmas turkey full of, but that's been injected with Christmas and basted with garlic Christmas butter. I just feel excellent. Where do you stand on injecting turkeys?
It's fun to do once or twice. I just, I'm a brine guy, and I don't mind putting some kind of spices and stuff in there, but I don't know. I'm just kind of a purist in that way,
Yeah, look, man, I followed your lead, and like I said, I've never made a turkey as good as what I made this Thanksgiving, and I'm going to do it again this Christmas just because it was so much fun to do. Chef, wow, I almost stumbled into a curse word. Don't even know how. Hashtag munchies. What is Chef's favorite Christmas dinner side dish?
Ooh, that's a good one. Gosh, I'm just a mashed potato guy, I think, or greens, as I'm thinking about it this time, like some good smothered mustard greens or turnip greens. I'm not too keen on collards. They're a little bitter for me, but I do like some mustard or turnip greens, sure.
Chef, how do you feel about cafeteria-style restaurants?
They have their place, I grew up in a Golden Corral pretty much, man, but...
Well, we're talking about higher, establishments than that. We're talking about Piccadilly here.
I mean, they're the exact same thing, dude.
I knew where you were going with it.
If you say ever again the Golden Corral and Piccadilly are the same thing,
you sound like Mississippi
I will flip you out of that chair.
The Sizzler. How about the Sizzler?
The Western Sizzler is pretty good.
All the same thing.
You are a fool.
You sound like the egg
and
bowl
I don't
right
use
now.
that word lightly because you're not supposed to. It's biblical, but you are a fool if you think that.
Okay, I think I'm right, but you like it though, Chef? You feel good about cafeteria style?
I've been known to frequent, especially with my kids. You know what I mean? Like there's a time and a place for a budget for sure. Like if I'm trying to show off, take a date out and impress a woman, or my girlfriend, not just a
Chef,
woman. I should be specific
Chef,
about
I'm
that.
38,
My girlfriend.
Chef, I'm 38 years old. I would say at least 30 of my birthdays have been spent in Piccadilly.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Hashtag munchies. What is Chef's I just asked someone. Besides pickles, candies, and cookies, what are some other food gift ideas I can make for people?
Oh man, I think you kind of nailed it there. Honestly, I don't give food as a gift per se. Like I like to cook for people as a gift. You know what I mean? And that's my food as a gift. Like I like to spend time with them and get it's not just the food; it's the time that you spend with them. I think that's a gift. To nurture the relationship. So I'm gonna cheat and hide behind that.
Hashtag munchies. I'm cooking a prime rib on the rotisserie for Christmas. What temp would you recommend for the grill, and do you baste?
Yeah, I go slow and low at like 200. If you wanted to, you could probably go 175 and still be good with it. And what I do is I'll keep. You're gonna love this. What I really like to do is take some pork neck fat or rendered pork
Oh,
fat,
oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
and heat it up so it's super super hot, like almost a smoke point.
Okay.
And when I baste, I like to ladle that over the outside of the loin, and it like crisps it up. You know, it kind of slow fries it a little bit. And I'm telling you, man, it's a noticeable deal for sure.
Hashtag munchies. I made a gumbo for a Christmas party here in San Antonio, and it was painful watching people here fail to eat it. I just assumed it was intuitive. What the hell is wrong with people?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have time to explain what's wrong with people, but there's definitely something there.
I will say, like, dishes like that, like here, we obviously, like, we love them, and they're endearing. And people, like, from outside, when they look at some of the things that we just don't even question, like, it's just, I don't get it. Some of the things are like, I'm not eating that. Did you have that wherever you've been, Chef?
Not only that, you know, like people butchering something that's you know, like there's some things that I'm pretty flexible on, but when it comes to a gumbo, you know, like it's kind of it's got to be a certain way, you know, and I've seen people, you know, make gumbo. Oh my God, you know, like I mean,
Ole Miss tried to make it one time for the press box like 5 years ago, and it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Like, they should have been embarrassed and should have taken it up as soon as we got into the press box.
It makes you wonder, like, if it was a purposeful, you know, like action, or if it was.
It almost
you know,
makes me think it was because it was that bad. It was yellow. It was. I'll send you a picture. Chef.
I had.
It was terrible.
I was at an Alabama frat party, and they boiled. Yeah, I know, right? And they boiled crawfish, and when I tell you, there was not a shred of seasoning anywhere to be found on any of this crawfish. I can't really explain how bad tasting just crawfish meat on its own. Like, it's okay. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It was not good. It was awful.
Y'all just murdered some shellfish. Is all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nothing, no salt, nothing. It was unbelievable.
I mean, you were hanging out with Alabama people. That's your first mistake.
Yeah, duh, dude. Yep. Hashtag Munchies, where can I find duck fat in Baton Rouge?
I'm not certain. You know, I buy it from a vendor, but I would venture to bet, you know, like a Rouse's or like a Chris's specialty meats, perhaps.
I know.
You know, anywhere
Iverstein's, I generally get all my pork fat and lard from.
And he might be able to source it for you too. You know.
That's true. Hashtag Munchies. Wait, where'd it go? I just had a question. Making a beef bolognese for Christmas dinner. Have you ever made a traditional beef bolognese?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Actually, I've done a beef bolognese from scratch for a job interview a couple of times. Actually, it was in the Superdome, so I was applying for a job in Kansas City for the Kansas City T-Bones, but I was still living here, looking to relocate there, and so I made fresh pasta. I did, you know, like pasta from scratch, from flour and egg, and you know, and then made the bolognese from scratch as well. So yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, that sounds so good. Hashtag Munchies. How does the football team prefer their steaks cooked? Medium, done, well done, rare?
You know, as a general swath, probably 60% medium well.
Oh.
There's maybe 5%
Wait, what?
well done.
60% medium well?
Like, they order, because our coaches used to make us get it medium well, because they, like, only the coaches' steaks got to be medium rare. Medium preference?
Yeah, I mean, we've been pushing the guys, you know, like, there's more available nutrient in a medium rare steak, right? And if you can
cook
get
it all
them
out,
to eat
right?
that, yeah. So I mean, believe me, it's been 4 years of you know,
serving
hard
hockey
work.
pucks.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we probably 30% medium rare. We have a handful of rares and a handful of wells, but most of the guys go, you know, medium well, somewhere in there.
I don't know how to go from this. I don't know how to recover.
Too many Booger McFarlands
I
out
know.
here getting well done steaks with ketchup on them.
Yeah, if
Sad,
it makes a
sad.
sound when it hits
Chef,
the plate, brother.
It isn't so obviously like you have a job to do, and if that's the way they want it, you have to appease them. But like, doesn't that kind of hurt you as a chef sometimes when you're making that? You just shaking your head the entire time.
You know, in the restaurant business, when it was at somebody that was mature and 47 years old, and you know had plenty of life behind them to say,
Right.
you know, you should have learned this by then. Yes, but you know, we're working with student athletes, and these are you know, kids that are 18 to 25 and just coming from their home, and there's a demographic across the gambit of human beings, right? So, I mean, some people don't even eat beef. Some people haven't had that experience, like certain cuts. So I go into it eyes open and just asking, are you willing to listen to, what I have to say about this? And really, it's about building trust first. And if you can build trust by making a dish that they really love and open a conversation, then you can walk into that other conversation about, hey, by the way, if you cook that medium instead of medium well, you would have more nutrient in your body. So, yeah.
Chef, I don't know if I've ever told you this story. I think I've told T-Bob this story before. One of my best friends in this world, and he listens to this show every day, and I hope he's listening right now. We were at Roost Chris one time, and he's just a good old redneck, and he got his steak. Probably, I'm sure he got it well done, but he also asked for ketchup at Roost Chris, and the chef came out and asked him if there was a problem with the way that he prepared his steak that he needed ketchup.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Especially, you're paying $60, $70 for a steak, and I get it. That's pretty tough, but to each their own. I've tried to remove personal from it these days. When I was a younger guy, I definitely had that vinegar inside of me, but I've calmed down a touch since then.
Did you also have piss inside of you?
Sorry, we can't get away from piss and vinegar. Sorry.
Chef, how do you? So I'm a big fan of Pittsburgh style steaks.
Yeah.
But it's something that I would never do at home because, how do you achieve medium rare but Pittsburgh style? And for those who know, Pittsburgh style is where they just kind of burn the outside base, so you have a real crust on there.
Yeah, so if you have gas at the house, it's pretty easy. You invert a cast iron skillet, so that it's capturing the heat underneath of it and turn the gas on. You don't even have to turn it on high. You can, and it'll get scorching hot. But if you want it to go medium rare, you just turn it down a little bit lower than scorching hot, so that it spends a little bit of time on there. It's about getting that texture on the outside, but being able to stay on the heat for a little bit longer because Pittsburgh is going to be black and blue. You guys know where the idea behind Pittsburgh comes from, yeah?
Yeah, I think you've told it before. Isn't it? It has something to do with the old steel mill workers.
That's right. Yeah.
How's it? What was it again?
So, it literally was from the steel mills. They would take raw steaks and take them and cook them on the hot steel that was cooling down. But it was so hot, it would scorch the outside and barely warm the center. But it developed a following. It's definitely something that I enjoy every once in a while. There's also some people will take and drizzle honey or sugar on the outside of it to kind of mimic that caramelization on the outside of it. But to me, it tastes like burnt. If you don't do it properly, it tastes like burnt sugar, and I'm not into that at all. So
it's I think I'll just leave it to the experts. Chef Michael Johnson, give me your favorite Christmas movie ever.
Favorite Christmas food?
Yep. No movie. Sorry, Christmas movie ever.
Oh, movie. I'm torn between Die Hard and Gremlins, man. I like a little bit of I like a little darkness to my Christmas movies. Yeah.
It feels
Gremlins,
terribly
fantastic
80s of
movie
you as well.
Love Gremlins.
I've never seen Gremlins.
Dude, your movie blind spots are incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible blind spots.
Should I?
For as much as you love movies.
Should I watch Gremlins tonight instead of going to a classic?
You should.
Instead of going to midnight. Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics. We know him. We love him. And he comes on every Thursday to answer all of your culinary queries. Chef, thank you so much, man.
Take care, guys.
Take care, bud. Damon in the chat. Eat my butt. He said the show's been lame today. Can't believe you talk about Cass. Just because Cassie did her top 5 list shows lame day. Unbelievable, dude.
Unbelievable.
Come on. She's new. She's doing a great job. You're going to come in here and just crap all over the show like her. Unbelievable.
Well, if you think that was lame, well, we're about to all give you our favorite Christmas movies when we come back.
Yeah! More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge. You go get your next vehicle from allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. But I'm here to talk about the Body Shop. All makes and models, insurance claims, welcome. Right there for Airline and Goodwood. You head over to that All-Star Body Shop, and they're going to get you right. Free estimates, text updates throughout the process. They got rental cars right there on site. And don't forget about the free shuttle service. Now, for a limited amount of time, if you mention Off the Bench, T-Bob, or Hester would bring your vehicle in, $100 towards your deductible. So what are you waiting for? You need some work done? You need All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota, come on down. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Check out those rental prices. You got a couple days left, right? Get that rental for your trip. Or you got all the family coming in, and you got a sedan, and you need a van. Well, they can help you out. You can rent that Toyota per day rental prices. Doesn't have to be a van. It can be a full-size, mid-size SUV, whatever. Rent that Toyota today. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Life in Louisiana is a song. A symphony of sound, colors, and movement. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Would a couple that just came from a couples massage have any use for the massage seats of the Infiniti QX60? Yes, it appears they would. With driver and passenger massage seats, mute all your notifications and feel infinitely you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
Join me for a Thursday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show. Luke Johnson from LA previewing Saints and Rams on game day. And the Tigers are back on the hardwood in the PMAC. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back, OTB Top 5 Christmas movie. All right, mine number 5. I'm going to know Christmas Story. White Christmas and Jingle All the Way were outside looking in. Very close. Number 4, Elf. Number 3, The Grinch. Number 2, Christmas Vacation. And number 1, It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a good list. For me, like 5 was between Trading Places and Bad Santa.
Okay. Oh, God, Bad Santa's great. I almost want to do a different, like, adult Christmas movie list, but yes.
Yeah. Gosh, Bad Santa. I mean, so many great one-liners. Elf had to be on there. Number 4. A Christmas Story was number 3.
Okay.
Die Hard was number 2.
Oh, wow.
And Christmas Vacation was number 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to be.
Yeah.
You still need to watch It's a Wonderful Life, though.
I know.
Like, you try to be such a, I'm in, like, the classics and Elvis and stuff. You even say It's a Wonderful Life? I mean, what are we doing here? Have you ever seen White Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, well, then what? Poser. You're not even, you can't be an Elvis fan if you don't like It's a Wonderful Life. This is
Is that facts?
These are the rules. I don't make them.
You just enforce them.
Yeah, even though I did just make that one. Taylor, what about you? Top 5 Christmas movies?
Yeah, so I have like 6 or 7 to go. Number 5, you're gonna absolutely hate this one. Home Alone 2.
Yeah, actually, you thought I would, but I'm also in that camp where I like Home Alone 2 a bit better than 1.
Well, I was talking to Victoria the other day. I was like, it may not be quite as funny. It's not as an iconic movie. It might be a better movie though than the original.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Home Alone 2 is 5. Number 4 is A Year Without a Santa Claus. I was telling you guys about it. It's an animated movie.
It's a Rankin and Bass claymation
It is hilarious. It's an hour 20. I mean, it's an easy watch. I watch it every year. I enjoy it.
I actually looked it up earlier when we were talking about a 57-minute runtime.
Yeah, like it's not very long.
Well, it's because it's one of them TV specials.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like the Charlie Brown Christmas, like real short. Number 3 is Office Christmas Party. I absolutely love that movie. Came out about 6 years ago. I watch it every year.
I've heard about it.
It's good. It's good. It's a good one.
We were having a debate about The Night Before our Office Christmas Party, but I couldn't engage in it. I love The Night Before. I think that's a hilarious adult
you need to watch Office Christmas Party if you like that. They're very similar.
Okay.
And number 2 is Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Love that movie. And number 1, Christmas Vacation.
Wow. So Christmas Vacation, number 1 on 3 of the lists now. Number 2 on mine. Mario, do you have a top 5 list?
Yes. So I would put Christmas Story number 5.
Okay.
Then Bad Santa number 4.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Gremlins number 3.
I'm definitely watching Gremlins
You
tonight,
should
then.
definitely watch it.
Yeah, it's good.
There's a Lil Wayne line about Gremlins too. So Santa Claus number 2, the original Santa Claus. And then number 1, my number 1 is Elf. I love Elf. It's just
Elf's
a good
great.
movie. It brings the good vibes.
Francisco. Such a fun name to say. Me and Bobby actually, when we went to Simple Joe's last Saturday, both had on Elf costumes. Or pajamas, really. But I didn't realize.
Who did?
Me and Quad Bob.
Oh, nice.
I had missed putting him to bed because I was working or something. And so in the morning, I didn't know he had these pajamas. All of a sudden, he has like the full elf kit up on. I immediately dove into my own costume box, dug out mine, and we matchies, twinsies. It was fun. Good time. Greg Lamont, I'm watching Twilight tonight. I read all those books, and I watched all those movies. I don't think I'll ever watch them again. But I'm not that they're bad. I just like no desire to ever watch them.
Well,
Four Christmases is great. Doesn't break through.
Four Christmases. That's a good one. That's actually a good submission there.
Family Stone's great. That was on my OLI as
Four
well.
Christmases is maybe making the list.
We were talking during break, like speaking of Vince Vaughn, like I watched Fred Claus for the first time like a month ago, and I really enjoyed it. That was a Christmas movie that I had just never seen. I thought it was really good.
I don't remember it being particularly good, but I never saw it all the way through, so I don't know. Man, my brain's just not working today, y'all.
Your brain.
I feel like I keep having funny things
Yeah,
that I'm
there's
about
things
to say.
that are coming right
and then they
there.
just leak out like all the snot that's currently
And they just
pouring out of my
ooze.
kids' noses at home.
Ooze out.
Everybody's sick. Avo says the baseball scene in Twilight. I actually remember thinking the baseball scene was kind of swaggy back in the day. I'm probably wrong on that front. Is The Shining a Christmas movie?
I hadn't seen The Shining in forever.
Oh, I watch The Shining every Halloween pretty much. It's an awesome movie.
So you tell us. Is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say no because of the fear factor in it. Like I would say no.
I mean, you can make a Christmas horror movie, but there's really no. I mean, there's winter.
Yeah, like so that's the thing. Is it actually Christmas or is it just a blizzard?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it is Christmas.
I haven't seen it
it's
in
just,
years.
He's staying with the hotel through the entirety of
winter.
I saw a preview. There's like a new movie out. I think Silent Night is the name of it. It's got the actor from The Killing in it. What's his
the guy
name?
that's always like, Lyndon, come on, man. Lyndon, why you drop me off the Oh, Lyndon, come on, man.
The Killing was great. Yeah, 1-800-Lyndon. Yeah, that guy. Gosh, I feel disrespectful.
Christmas
I don't
Chronicles
know
is a
his
fun
name.
new one with Kurt Russell on Netflix original.
What was the one that came out last year? It was like the Christmas action movie. It was the guy who plays the cop
Violent
on
Night.
Stranger Things. Yeah, Violent Night.
Yeah, with Hopper.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on his actual name? It's pretty good.
His name's David something.
We are just being very disrespectful to a lot of people, a lot of good actors today.
Yeah, my brain doesn't work. I don't know what to tell you. I do want to remind you to go to Rejuve Me Medical. I probably should, right? With my brain not working, RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You go there today. And look, I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, male, female, Rejuve Me can help you out, man. If you're having any of the untreated effects of aging, andropause, menopause, facial aging, mood, memory problems, insomnia, any of this, not getting the returns on your workouts that you used to, they can customize a plan for you to get you to where you want to be. David Harper, thank you, chat. So go check out Rejuve Me today. They got locations in Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Shreveport. Now as well, get the free consultation and figure out what's going to get you where you want to be. RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com. What is the best version of Christmas Carol? I don't think I've ever seen the Michael Caine one back in the day, so I can't speak to that.
Scrooged with Bill Murray is a good twist on it.
Great version.
That's a good one.
We mentioned Mickey's Christmas Carol, a great version earlier.
That was the Miracle at 34th Street. That's had a couple of different versions.
Yeah, that's, I think, 2 or 3.
Another one.
I think Christmas Carol's best version for me, I think I'll always be Muppets. I was a huge Muppets Christmas Carol fan. Ghost of Christmas Past Muppet is one of the all-time great puppets in cinematic history. All right, when we get back, let's go to the show with a little Ask the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Ho, 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 K to Z window coverings. You want window coverings that wow? Well, why don't you ask Santa for K to Z's number? Jake, give me that phone number.
Well, I don't think that you would have to ask Santa. You just pick up the phone and you can ask us, 225-791-1220.
True.
Give them a call, set a consultation up, going to come out. They're going to learn your space.
Yep.
Probably going to know it better than you know it by the time that they leave. And it's like 5-10 minutes in. Then they're going to help you come up with a plan for whatever you need. Interior, exterior. For us, it was the exterior that kind of turned into helping the interior. Shades our entire living room, and it's outside.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. And like I always tell you, man, they've been in this game for nearly 3 decades. And so it's not just aesthetics, function as well. Take your home to the next level with K2Z, KTOZblinds.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The interior of an Infiniti is thoughtfully designed to be all about you. And by you, we mean every version of you. Because there's luxury you can feel, and there's luxury that lets you feel. Infinitely you. Experience luxury like never before with Infiniti Premium Care, included with the 2023 QX80 at your local retailer.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside.
It's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. It's game day, Saints and Rams. Mike Triplett joins us. We'll give you a final preview and prediction, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back to OTB. You'll figure out why I'm laughing in a second. I really like to ask the bench question. But I do want to remind you, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. If you're a new customer, you're downloading the Sportsbook app for the first time, use the promo code Baton Rouge. All one word, promo code Baton Rouge. You bet $5 on the NBA, you get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Instant dub. Win or loss, doesn't matter. Bet $5 on the NBA, $150 in bonus bets instantly with which to pay. Start to build that DraftKings nut. So what are you waiting for, man? You want to play any NBA? And look, it's bowl season. You got daily plays there. Returning customers is always great boosts and parlays. You can do same-game parlays, multi-game, multi-league. The bottom line is it's all more fun when you're in on the action. And with DraftKings, they can help you get there however you want. The crown is yours. Promo code Baton Rouge. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours at issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms of sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball. Terms licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. Ask the bench. Who's the Turbo Man, Ted, Sinbad, and Booster of the group? I feel like this is pretty obvious. Jake's Turbo Man. I mean, look at the jawline, everything else. The Arnold character makes sense. I think I am obviously Sinbad, chaotic, alcohol, just kind of a bit zany. Taylor is very obviously Ted.
Yeah.
Smarmy, winning the Halloween competition
so
at his Nutcracker.
Yeah.
And then Mario's Booster.
Yeah.
The dependable, running the board. Even though we said Booster's been in his bag today, Mario's having a Michael Jordan flu game on the music today. Ask the Bench, brought by Colker's Life as the Art Souls Blue Moon Light Sky. Citrus Sweet.
Booster.
Favorite Christmas movie villain?
Mortimer from Trading Places.
Ooh, good one. I'm going to go the fake Santa from Santa Claus 2.
The Postman from Olive the Other Reindeer.
Huh.
I'm sure none of y'all have seen that.
No. I mean, Hans Gruber is probably the answer.
You could do the Magician from Frosty the Snowman's a good one.
Well, how did chat get so horny when all we're doing is talking about Christmas movies? Scott Dice literally brought up the nipple working the counter in National Lampoon's Christmas. Y'all need Jesus. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, y'all need some Christmas in your life.
Yeah, exactly. Not Xmas. Chill out, Elon. Hashtag Ask the Bench favorite holiday drink. I've just been drinking straight whiskey all holiday. And then one thing I love, apparently I have a big box of whiskey waiting on me because Matt gets all these bottles that people give him and stuff. And like, not all of them make the cut, and I just catch that runoff.
Yeah, not all. Yeah, he's got a tier system.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll take the bottom
Not
feeders.
me. It's like going out with your hot friend, just trying to catch that runoff. He can pair off with whoever he wants. Give me the leftovers. Finally finish that roast that I've been eating for 3 days.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the Season of Performance event going on now.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from